Welcome back to Tales from the Harper's Pub. We're in Act 1, or Act 2 rather. So we had the prologue, Act 1, now we're in Act 2. We're playing virtually today because it is the fall and folks have gotten, we'll call it the common cold. Not sure quite what it is, but several of us are sick. But we're still dialing in virtually.
Respiratory virus.
Yeah, there you go. And we're gonna
virus.
Yeah, T-virus. We're gonna be flexible and try this out for today. When we last met, we had spent 2 sessions in a mansion that had been commandeered by the Baron Durap. The Baron Durap was a halfling turned tiefling who was in the leadership structure for the Assassin's Guild, the Shem Shadows, and he had gotten Remy Restwell, Scott's character, excommunicado from the Shadows for by framing him for embezzling. He'd also there had been a recent political uprising in Omaran where the sort of old money nobility that had aligned itself to devil worship rose up and took back over the monarchy, overthrowing the Sephora dynasty and reestablishing themselves as the rulers. Durap was also instrumental in supporting that, so he was dedicating the resources of the Assassin's Guild to help support that uprising and was a baron within that new noble structure. So he was causing some problems for you guys. You figured out he had a safe house in a Bishop's Gate. You had taken a potion of teleportation from Day's End to go there. You had met a couple people in his guild who were not happy with the state of affairs with his leadership. They gave you a crudely drawn map and the password for how to break into the mansion. You had explored the first layer and the basement, where you had found several traps. You had found evidence of fiendish infestation in the house. You had found actual fiends and cultists, and then ultimately found Durap himself, making a sacrifice for a ritual. You fought him and several devils. He was incapacitated and is currently being held captive by you guys, unconscious. And where we last left off, you had discovered some correspondence and a trapdoor that led to a 3rd floor of this mansion. We will now conclude our adventure. Any questions about last time or the current state of affairs?
Where exactly did we leave off? Because I remember there was some magic mirror that would be used as a portal, right?
So you were still looking for the magic mirror. So you were in one of the offices that had his correspondence on the 2nd floor. That's the room you had left off in.
Okay.
You have not found the mirror yet.
Yeah, the mirror was how we was getting around so quick.
Yeah, that's right. Because we wanted to take. You can get to Omaran City from that mirror, I believe, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
That was what was shared.
Yeah.
Which I still think might be a bad idea because we might just be like walking into the lion's den, so to say.
Perfect.
Especially if we bring Durap, who's tied up and unconscious, like he's team up.
True. That's a good point.
Sometimes when I'm not sure what to do, I drink the Gourdfather by Sterling Pig, unofficial sponsor of Tales from the Harper's Pub. Do you like pumpkin beer in the fall season with a nice cinnamon twist? Try the Gourdfather.
So anyway,
yeah,
we should
smash
go
that like button,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just got the correspondence, which was pretty spicy. You all found one? And I think the The only thing we had to really do was go up and I think clear the 3rd floor, which is where we believe the mirrors are.
The attic, I think, right?
Yeah,
That was the
the
trap
attic.
door?
The attic. There were also some signs that something was following us around or in our presence, but I don't know how much we actually know
What?
about that.
Oh, I might have missed that.
I missed.
Thought there was.
You had gotten the sense that someone had recently been summoned. Something had recently been summoned into the room with the trapdoor, but you couldn't see what it was. Like nothing was visibly apparent. You just smelled some sulfur, and there was a hint of magic in the air.
Summoned or left, maybe.
Maybe.
Right? Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mary, what correspondence did you get? I forget.
There were 2 letters that I found of substance. One of them was that Giraffe was following the halfling caravan, which is kind of a bummer. They're outside of Drake's reach at the moment, waiting further instruction. That was Cecil he was talking to. And the other one came from Count Convel from Omaran, who said that they were looking for Giraffe's support and for him to provide people to help scout the wildlands because Omaran is considering invading the wildlands. I believe that's the new Omaran, not the old Omaran. Count Conwell. Do you guys remember who he is?
No.
I would assume it's the new Omaran just because he's talking to Giraffe and Giraffe is with new Omaran.
That would make sense.
They're trying to fight too many battles at the same time.
They are or we are?
They are. They're gonna invade the wildlands. They're gonna take out the shadows.
See, this is why we need to get to Omaran City and strike at the heart.
I think they're
stretched
hoping
thin.
to find something of value in the wildlands. That's what it seems like. They want to scout it and find like some weapon or something that they want for the war. What else did people find?
I mean, we found all kinds of stuff, man. Found out he was screwing a whole bunch of other halflings.
Found out that he had seemingly kidnapped my mentor Ratchet and had sent him off to work for some low-keel Holloway.
Do we
building
know where
weapons
that?
for Omaran. No, I don't know where that guy is. We can find out, hopefully.
Yeah, we should find that out.
So anyone who's proficient in history can recognize both of those names as just being, they're like lower level nobility within the Omaran, like bureaucracy, aristocracy. That's the word I was looking for.
Who knows that?
So anyone that's proficient in history.
So me, I am proficient in history.
So
I'm
would
not.
that mean you also know where he is, like where that his settlement would be, where his keep is?
I don't know.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could.
Sounds like
You could make a history check.
Oh yeah, okay. 9.
So you would conclude it wouldn't be that challenging to find, but you would have to probably go to do some light research to locate it.
Okay, yeah. That is on the list to do.
There's also an illness going around.
Oh yeah, didn't somebody ask, "Hey, are we responsible for this illness?"
So this one left behind. Oh, this is Walt's. Yeah, Walt, you left it behind last time, so I took it with. Yeah, it's basically talking about a guard getting a nasty cough, and a few days later, him and a bunch of others were dead. Did we have a hand in this? Did the Grand Commissar So I don't know.
Hmm.
There is a real chance that that guy just got regular old sick. Just saying.
True.
Did you find anything, Joel?
Yeah, it was about the tournament.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was Durap was putting money on someone at the tournament, the Basilisks bastard, and not Victor Matul, because Victor Matul's not going to be there. At least he didn't sign up for the tournament. I think the implication would be that if he was there, he would probably win it.
Isn't that guy who beat you in a fight?
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
The guy we freed from prison.
Yeah, from prison. Has there been any other news about all? Because that was a while ago.
Say that again, Tooch.
Is there ever any like news that we've heard from people about from that prison break?
Not explicitly, no.
Okay.
I think there was something about that one halfling that was captured, the one that killed a bunch of people with the fireball or whatever. He apparently killed a bunch more people with the fireball.
That's right. I do remember that.
Probably know there.
Oh yeah, that was
I
like a
just made
rumor.
it.
That was a rumor.
Yeah.
You guys heard that from one of the bartenders in Carnet when you were there. I forgot about that.
All right, so Joel's got to make this tournament.
Hell yeah.
I bet if we go to Omaran for this tournament, we could probably figure out where Ratchet is up in the library.
Yeah, definitely.
Omaran's got a library.
And doesn't the tournament start like real soon? I feel like we should take the mirror there instead of trying to hoof it.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
I get it, but what do we do with the rap, man? What do
Yeah,
we do with the rap?
We
He's
bring
dead.
him with us.
Didn't we kill him?
He's not. Is he dead?
No,
Yeah,
he's unconscious.
We tied him up.
Oh.
Yeah.
We were going to
Because
take
we
him
have the
and this
we have
evidence.
evidence.
Yeah, the plan was to take the evidence because you don't hurt a made man even if he's got it coming. The plan was to take him and the evidence back to the heads of the guild and be like, hey, we know we're not supposed to kill your people, but we thought maybe you might be interested in knowing this stuff and leaving them with him for them to dispense their own justice, and in so doing, very much clear Scotty Boo's name.
And where would that be?
Probably, I don't know. We're just going to lug him around till we find
Days End?
somebody.
Scott, your character would probably actually know.
Probably. I would assume Days
Probably.
End. I mean, they
Yeah.
probably have people everywhere. Maybe they could send correspondence. We
No,
could
so
probably
they-
send correspondence 2 days end.
We should make like 6 copies of that letter just in case like somebody tries to eat it when it's presented.
That's true. Don't let him read it. Look, oh, let me read that.
The headquarters for the Shadows is in Days End. However, to your point, Scott, they also have Dalgallen throughout every major city in Omaran and even in some cities in other countries.
Yes.
And-
So when we get to Omaran, I would probably send correspondence to Dalgallen.
Well, I'd say I'm sure like this big event is something that would attract some of the heads of the guild or like the higher ups in the guild, right? Like, seems like a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and there's a major Dalgallen in Omaran City as well. It's under the a hotel called the Bronze Stag.
Nice.
So if we take him to a Dalgallen, Are they just gonna like let him go because he's a made man?
I think at this point they're not gonna do that anymore.
Dude, we got evidence that he's just fucking over the guild. Maybe they'll unmake him.
Sounds like he's gonna get unmade.
Nick's got some coughing there.
Yeah, man. So like I don't know. I worry about taking him to a that is a place where there's not somebody with authority. That's the only you know.
Could try to weasel his way out somehow.
Yeah, you tell him to talk his way out because he's a made man. And he's like, you know, halfly charismatic as fuck.
Dude, what I should do then to make sure it gets to the top, I should do a terminus and write a whole bunch of letters and send them out to all the Dalgalans. If enough people know, one person can't cover it up.
That's a good
True.
point.
True.
I'll have to get Terminus to write me a letter.
Yeah, I hear he's good at that.
Yeah, he's the letter guy.
Right. Well, do we finish clearing this place out to find this mirror? Because that's our exit, right? That's our ticket out of here.
Yeah, I think that was our plan, was go up to the attic and get out of here.
Yeah, so you've basically explored the second floor. There were a couple rooms on the first floor that you guys skipped over, and then there's the attic. I believe someone told you that the mirror is in the attic, so it's a good indication.
Are we still dragging around his girlfriend too?
She tried to rat us out with those
Yeah.
alchemists, I think. She tried to rat us out to someone.
She did.
And then I think Walter smacked her. Maybe. Was that him? Seems like a Walter thing.
Yeah, I think I briefly recall something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Callum was about to. He told her if she did that again, he would kill her.
Yeah.
So wait, she's along too?
I think so. I don't think you let her go.
No, we were gonna leave her when we left.
Leave her be here. Yeah.
We just weren't gonna let her run around and get us killed here while we're still checking this place out.
Yeah.
All right, so let's proceed.
All right, so
Yeah.
there's two, like, once you go back into the hallway, there is a door on your left that you guys haven't opened yet at the end of the hall, and then there's the room with the trapdoor that leads to the third floor.
What's in that door?
The one on the left at the end of the hallway. Do you open the door? Yeah.
I opened the door.
Awesome. Steve, what's your can you remind me again? What's your passive search investigate rather?
Passive investigate is 17.
Okay, so before Mary goes to open the door, you can see clearly that this door is trapped.
As opposed to those other doors here.
Hold on. The door's trapped. Let me see if I can disarm it.
Okay, do I?
What kind of a trap is it?
It is good. Make an Arcana check.
19.
Okay, so the door, the traps for the doors have been similar. That they've had arcane runes around the handle,
right. Yeah.
but this one's a bit different. It triggers if anyone who does not have fiendish blood opens the door, it triggers a cloud of poison being released from the runes.
Rude.
So can that be disarmed?
Yeah.
Okay. Intelligence or dexterity?
You can use intelligence to basically, like we've been doing, basically remove the magic from the runes and turn it into quiddity.
And with my proficiency bonus for like the thieves' tools?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. I got a 20 total.
Huzzah! Roll on the quiddity table for an uncommon item.
All right.
Consider it huzzah.
Quiddity table. For did you say uncommon or common?
Uncommon.
Uncommon. So 5d100. All right. 49 plus 53. Hold on. $223 quiddity.
Nice. So you see Runa come up, and with a combination of arcane proficiency and tool proficiency, take these infernal runes, and the runes just evaporate from the brass handle and turn into this silvery, shimmery rainbow substance. Where do you store your quiddity at, Runa?
I think I've got it in a pouch in my backpack.
The silvery substance that falls into the pouch.
Nice.
The
Very
door is now
nice.
safe to enter.
Pure magical power in that powder. Mary?
All right, Mary, as you open the as you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Thanks for letting I open the door.
Okay. As you open the door, you see there's a staircase leading up to the third floor.
So there's a staircase and a trapdoor.
Let's go upstairs, guys.
Go upstairs.
Let's do it.
All right. As you go up, the staircase winds around a tower that's in the corner of the house. It's the only tower in the house. So a winding circular staircase, and as you reach the top, there is a door. Runa, you can tell this door is not trapped, though it looks somewhat fine compared to the other doors. It has a dark red hue to it, and it looks like the wood is very well. It's good wood, well maintained, etc.
All right, open that door.
Awesome. As you open the door, you are taken into a solarium. So you instantly, your nostrils get hit with the smell of fire, like smoke in a campfire, but then also the smell of roasted chicken, like a rotisserie chicken, like you get at Costco, and a slight hint of sulfur. As you look around, you're at the top of this tower. It is a circular room. There is a large window that is overseeing the forest, and you can see Bishop's Gate off in the distance. There is a small circular table about the size of a poker table with leather chairs around it that it looks like a nice feast, and you can see the rotisserie chicken there, as well as some roasted vegetables, fruits, looks like baked bread, etc. To the left, there is a stone fireplace that has a fire in it at the moment. The warmth is feels very nice against your skin. It's nice and cozy. and then the rest of the room is just laced with finery. So you see a couple bookshelves with some books, the goblets and silverware that we said earlier that was like silver with rubies, etc. There does not appear to be anybody in the room.
Eat some of the food.
All right. As you start to dig into the food, it tastes it. So you, what do you go for first, Mary?
Probably like a drumstick.
All right. You rip the drumstick off of the rotisserie chicken, and it is dripping with fat. The skin is like a nice crisp to it. The meat looks very well cooked and plump. And as you go to bite into it, in front of you in one of the leather chairs materializes. So there's just like a swirl of energy. What looks to be a human man. He is wearing a monocle with a mustache and a bowler hat, and is wearing like courtier style clothes, like basically a suit. And he says, "Oh, by all means, dig in."
I say, "Whoa, who are you?"
You can call me Mr. Wincott. This is my humble apartment, as it were.
Does anybody know that name, Mr. Wincott? I do not.
Doesn't ring a bell.
You live up here?
From time to time, when I need to pay one of my servants a visit.
Your servants?
Oh yeah, the Baron and I had quite an arrangement. He worked for me and my patron, as it were. And when I'm in town, this is where he allows me to kick up my feet, so to speak. He takes a sip
We have giraffe.
out of a glass of ale.
We have giraffe in chains with us.
I thought Callum was carrying him because he's the strongest.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
unconscious.
In a bag.
In a bag.
Tied up.
A potato sack, I
in a
believe.
bag.
Yeah.
You found a sack of
So I
potatoes.
can't
Yep.
see it. Who's your patron?
Don't you mind that, my friend. He's a man of means. What brings you to this humble mansion, and how can Mr. Wincott be of service for you?
Just, could you just point us to the teleporting mirrors?
I could do that, but in return, I may ask of a favor.
What
Yeah,
kind
you
of
can
favor?
I find them.
Does this cat smell like brimstone at all?
Does it smell like brimstone?
Just a random question. I don't even know why I'm asking. Just,
I said there was a whiff of sulfur.
Yeah, is it more now that our guy who's wearing a hat that won't be invented for another 500 years has appeared?
Yes. I don't know. He didn't teleport in. He was here invisible. So you were already smelling him.
I see.
Are you mortal or are you devil?
Why? What makes you ask that question?
Curiosity.
Well, as we say in Avernus, curiosity killed the cat. For a while, I was a suspect. I am of the devilish variety. You were smart to pick up on that.
I just looked at the rest of like, I don't think we need to be making any deals with these devils.
Oh,
Callum
no.
drops the stack and creates a radiant blade in his hand. I can think of something else we can do with him.
Now, whoa. No need to be hasty, gentlemen. Mr. Wincott has offered you his table. He has offered you no harm. And I don't want anything as abstract as your souls or anything like that. No need to be dramatic. I just need a small item retrieved from the mansion for me.
Callum just flatly responds, I say we kill him.
why would we get you anything?
Now, Mr. Wincott just told us that curiosity killed the cat. He's going to ask a hooking question like that, and you're going to walk right into it? We have no interest in your deals, devil. Stand and die, or die sitting down.
Why are you so hostile towards me?
All right, I attack him.
Okay. Make a as you approach him and swing your blade, with a reaction, he just teleports away.
Like no initiative.
I mean, if he wants, he could make us go through all that just so he could react and vanish, but I don't see why we would bother, if that's going to be the outcome. I think that was a reasonable streamline by Jason.
Did he take his chicken?
I wonder what he wanted from the mansion. I wonder what item he wanted.
Yeah, did he take the chicken?
The chicken and the ale and everything is still here.
Well, presumably that was his chicken, right? If he was just invisible.
No, it's good. Yeah, it's delicious, Mary. He's had thousands of years to perfect the recipe. Yeah.
And would you believe an excellent chef?
Well, hopefully we don't need him to find these mirrors.
The only concern I have there.
Yeah, I look around for the mirrors. They're supposed to be up here.
So there's no mirrors in this room, but there is a door leading to the rest of the third floor.
Check it.
Wait for Runa.
Does not appear to be trapped.
All right. All clear.
All right. As you open the door, it leads to a large room within the attic. We're going to theater of the mind this, guys. It's going to be okay. It's a large room in the attic that has holes in the ceiling where it was nighttime, so you can see pieces of starlight off in the distance. Remy, with your perception, you can see that there are some creatures hanging down from the rafters.
Okay. How large are the creatures?
They are small. Give me one moment here. They are actually tiny. And there are 10 of them.
I mean, I probably wouldn't be too put off by that. That seems like a reasonable place for like bats to be.
There you go. They look like bats.
Look, guys, look! There's a whole bunch of bats up there. That's kind of cool.
Wow.
You should harm Soundburst then.
They're pretty big.
Yeah.
Do we see any mirrors?
Not at the moment, no.
Maybe it just looks like there are more bats. The mirrors are up there.
There are additional doors in this room. So there are a total of 3. 2 doors among the northernmost facing wall, and then a big ornate door on the southern wall.
All right. Where do you guys think these mirrors are?
I'm going to say behind the big ornate doors.
Seems likely.
Let's give that a shot now.
All right.
I bet his girlfriend knows where they're at.
Yes, the girlfriend.
I don't know. She did try screwing a server downstairs, but pretty sure she's also the one that told us they were up here.
I believe you are correct.
Are there any traps on those big doors?
Yeah.
So
for traps.
as you enter the room, the bats begin to get agitated. Do you react in any way? I mean, like you said, there's bats.
Like
Yeah,
they're
I don't-
squeaking?
I
They're
probably
squeaking
wouldn't
and
think
starting
much of it.
to flap around.
That seems like a bat thing to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, as you get closer within arm's reach of the door, they fly off the rafters and begin to attack you. Upon closer look, it appears that they are not just normal bats, but they in fact look like some sort of vampire owl. Also
Jesus.
known.
Any chance they look like a vampire mosquito owl?
Yeah, well, D&D depicts them as mosquitoes, but in Greek mythology they were owls, so I'm going with that. They are
See,
sturges.
This is why things get harm sound bursted, because
Let's roll up some initiative.
All right, I no longer have advantage on initiative. I have to remember that.
yeah, I needed a spot where I could roll on here. Or I guess I could pull up a dice roller.
Yeah. 18.
17.
19.
Also 19.
Shit. Oh, okay, cool. So, Callum, what do you get?
9.
Okay. So we are going Remy, Cassavel, same turn, and then Mary, Runa, the Sturge, and then Callum. We're going to make this easy. You each have 2 on top of you. They are adjacent to you in the sky. That's it. So Theater of the Mind, there's 2. They're right next to you. Go Remy/Cassavel.
I'm gonna slash it. One of the ones near me.
There you go.
Love it.
Me too. Okay. So that's I mean, does a 10 hit?
It does not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. How about a 16?
16 hits.
All right. That is 10 slashing, 2 psychic. And then with my bonus action, I will flurry of blows.
Okay, so that slash kills the one.
Okay. Then I'm gonna flurry of blows the other one.
Heard.
Did we take a short rest at any point in time?
I think we short rested after that big fight last session.
After Durap. 17 and 21 to hit. I'm sorry, not 17. 27 and 21 to hit.
Hit. So wait, you're doing 2 extra attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll.
And that.
It's very likely you're going to kill one with. So you're probably going to hit 3 of them this round.
I have 3 adjacent to me.
You're all in a group, so you can.
Okay.
You will then, after you take your 2 out, you'll hit someone else's.
Okay. So then, well, it's 2 more hits, and then there I rolled max damage for both, so it's 12 bludgeoning damage per attack.
Okay. Whose Sturge do you want to take out?
Is Mary next to me?
Sure, Mary works.
I hit one of them.
Nice. So Mary, you see,
Jump kick it out of the air.
yeah, in a flurry of steel and martial arts, Cassavel cuts through 2 of the Sturge and then does a jump kick on the one above you, Mary, right before it gets a chance to bite you.
Castle, can we get a hiya?
Remy,
I
rest
feel
well.
like I should do the Green Ranger. Yeah.
I stab at one of the Sturge in front of me with a rapier. 12 to hit.
Hit. Actually, no, I
9
lied.
damage.
Miss.
Oh,
Sorry.
Got you good, sucker.
well, yeah, I was trying to flank with one of my comrades, but
You can't because
Well,
they're
they're-
above you.
They're in the air.
Okay. All right. Why miss?
All right, Mary Crankshaft.
So one of them is gone above me.
Correct. But there's basically a swarm of them, so there's still 7 that are just flying around near you guys.
I will shoot 1 magic missile at the one above me and 2 more at 2 random ones.
Okay. Roll your wild magic.
Okay. Man, a lot of ones. And so the one above me I did 2 damage to, another one I did 2 damage to, and another one I did 4 damage to.
Whose Sturges do you want to target? So you and Casabel don't have any left, so it's either Remy, Callum, or Runa.
Remy, probably the 2 above Remy.
All right, Remy, both yours are out. Roll your wild magic,
Nice.
Mary.
It did.
Oh, nothing happened?
It didn't happen.
Okay. So, in quick reaction, Mary summons arcane energy and shoots 3 darts into the sky. Each one takes out a vampire owl. There are 4 left. Runa, you're up.
Any of them on me?
There are
Still?
2 on you and 2 on Callum.
They're both,
Yep.
they're both still on me. Okay. Yeah, Thunder Gauntlet.
Thunder. Punch.
25 to hit. That's 9 thunder damage to 1.
It is. You punch it, and in a sound of thunder, it flies like 20 feet across the room and slams into the roof and just falls down.
Not that we can hear it slam into the roof after we all got deafened by that thunder blast, but that's how that worked.
All right, next attack on the other one is a 22 to hit.
Hit.
Probably
for
gonna hit.
11 thunder.
Also,
Thunder.
yeah. Also
nah,
killed.
Nah.
All right. 2 are up on Callum. Does a 24 hit you, Callum?
No, yeah, that probably hits me. That sounds like a hit.
All right. So these are a minor inconvenience that you easily dispatched, but the 2 on Callum, one tries to bite at him and bounces off the shield, but the other just latches onto his neck for 5 piercing damage, and he is attached to you, Callum. He is just like carnivorously feeding on your neck.
What does attached to me mean in the game?
He has a beak that is literally like just embedded into the side of your flesh, and your blood is draining into his mouth. Mechanically,
What
it
does
doesn't mean anything, I don't think.
Okay.
It just means he moves with you.
And it's gross.
Giving him a little piggyback ride there, am I?
And you're up.
Okay, well then the boys are gonna have to make. Hang on, I was just entering in my spell stats here. What is the save? The boys are gonna have to make a Constitution save. I cast Word of Radiance.
You mean the Sturgis?
Yes.
Okay. The highest they
It's
rolled was a
only-
5.
Oh, okay, so they don't pass. Let me double check real quick, but I don't think they pass on that.
Yeah.
All right, so they both take 2d6 radiant damage, but I think it makes sense to me that, like, rather than summoning a sword and, like, trying to jab at it, it seems like a reasonable response is, like, cast this instead. It's probably not the better idea mechanically, but I think that would be the reflex. Do you want me to roll the same damage for both or separate damage for both?
You can just roll 2d6.
Okay. 7, exact even. Or exactly the average expected value.
All right. In reaction, Callum utters out. Do you speak in Celestial?
I do. And cast my spells in it because I'm a Pact Magic Warlock with Celestial Pact.
There you go. Callum utters a word in Celestial that has a deep, almost supernatural bellow, and the 2 vampire owls, light on fire with radiant damage, squeal and screech, detach themselves, try to fly into the night sky, but turn to ash very shortly after flying away from you.
Suckers.
This concludes our battle. Good job, guys.
So they're all dead?
They're all dead.
Steve,
Minor
where's the
news.
victory music?
That was very Mass
I think
Effect
he does.
music.
Yeah, it's from. I think it's from the Spelljammer campaign, like audio set combat music from that.
Nice.
Is there music coming through? I don't hear anything.
Not now.
There isn't.
was.
There isn't now. I turned it off, but yeah, there was.
Oh, I missed it.
All
It's
right.
probably my internet.
Back to the ornate doors.
Yeah,
Those weren't brats at all.
checking for traps.
How's your neck
Um,
feeling, Callum? Didn't you purposely get like a huge gorget to like prevent that kind of stuff after the wolf
Yes,
attack?
Callum's armor is very gorgety.
I'm gonna say
having been attacked and critically killed by a wolf there, so
then I'm gonna say he got you behind the ear.
Now you need
well, I mean, I
earbuds.
guess 5 hit points of damage when, you know, like my character has what, a maximum hit point count of 61. So he didn't really get me that bad.
Oh, you just wait and see what happened if you didn't kill him though.
What if the egg inside of you?
I assume I would have started losing maximum hit points.
You would have become a vampire owl.
Or a little baby vampire owl would have burst out of his chest.
Yeah. Maybe it still will.
How come Callum has no problem making deals with angels, but he doesn't want to talk to these devils?
That's weird. I wonder why on earth would a character side with only one of those and not just shake hands with both? It's super fucking weird that a Celestial Pact Warlock would have no time to truck
You
with
can hear him
devils.
out.
My character is highly inconsistent and very weird. That's so strange. I'll have to
Maybe he
straighten that
had
out
a
later.
really good deal for us.
He probably had a
Maybe,
wheel of a deal.
You know, in hindsight, maybe he wanted to redeem himself.
That's true.
Okay. A Celestial Pact Warlock is not necessarily going to be able to be convinced that there is redemption available for a devil.
Even to your point, I like the debate, but even Oath of Redemption paladins don't count devils. Like they recognize that like devils are like beyond the pale. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
What about an angel that turned into a devil? Could
Well,
that be redeemed?
So Zariel?
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like that would be like the Mount Everest of the Oath of Redemption. Like un-Aranyang and Aranyang.
His deal did start off badly, though. He was going to be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, the mirrors are right behind that ornate door over there."
He was gonna offer you guys other stuff too, but we didn't get there. So, oh well.
I'm sure we'll run into Mr. Wincott later.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think Runa agrees with Callum's action in that situation.
I gave him a chance to stand up and die. He didn't want it. He didn't want it. I'd say him thing.
Jason made the dude who sounds like Colonel Sanders present chicken to us.
I was like,
too. Was he going to offer us the secret recipe?
I was like workshopping this character, and I realized that he's just like, the more and more I like refined the character, the more I realized that he's just Frank Underwood from House of Cards. Like Like he doesn't look like him, but like I was like, that's who he sort of became in my
That's who
mind.
you're channeling. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then you should have had it be ribs and not chicken.
that's true. That's a good point. Good lore. All right, no traps on the door.
All right.
Yeah, it's a real shame that actor turned out to be,
Bad news.
Awful. Yeah.
But I mean, that kind of makes sense. Like if you look at the nails that he rolled, nailed so well, the rolls that he nailed so well, like, you know what? Maybe he's not actually that good of an actor. Maybe he's just that much of a fucking monster, and he's just like, now I can finally be myself on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he played that dude who hated Christmas in the Santa Claus 3 really well.
No traps on the door.
All right. I open it.
What are you guys using for light? Like I described, I think I had previously said that the mansion was being lit, but as you venture into this attic, the last lit room was the solarium, so there's no natural light.
I don't
In
need
How
this
many of
room.
us don't have some form of dark vision?
Oh, you know what? I don't have dark
Goliath.
vision.
Let's say
anymore.
Goliaths do not now.
I used to, but I don't now.
Do halflings?
I don't have a light spell either. I think I'm using a lantern.
Well, now, granted,
Like-
it's high cost considering you'd have to give up another infusion, but you could replicate Goggles of Night and just, be a proper artificer with goggles.
Yeah.
Halflings also don't have dark vision.
No,
Now, that
I don't
one
have
was
it.
an early sidestep. Callum has Devil's Sight, entertainingly enough, so he can see even in magical
Wow.
darkness, which,
What a
remember I
hypocrite.
said, like, that last fight we were in, like, after the rebuild, he'll be able to see in the magical darkness. This wouldn't be a factor.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say what a
Well,
hypocrite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
now
he
talking
doesn't
about?
want to. He attacks a devil on sight, but he'll have the devil's sight.
I bet that asshole
Right,
uses armor of
that's like-
Agathis too.
Yeah, but if he fights a devil in the future now, that trick won't work on him. So I don't find that one very hypocritical. Now, Armor of Agathis, he's got Armor of Agathis.
I got that
For
one
sure.
too.
But
That's
all
my
like,
rune
can't
spell.
wait. How do you have access? Oh, did you take Warlock?
No, from Rune Shaper.
Because
I get to inscribe a rune on a piece of equipment, like at the beginning of every day. I've had it the same since I started the character. But and each rune is associated with a different spell that you get to cast for free once per day and can cast with slots. The rune I have chosen gives me Armor of Agathis.
And they, of course, clamped down on access to Warlock spells,
Yeah,
but that
cross-
was in the reprint, which this hasn't been reprinted, so you can still sneak past that.
Armor of Agathis is a bonus action now.
Yes.
Very nice.
Dude, you,
That
can
actually
it's
makes it
amazing.
like usable.
you can still get hexed through Fey Touched.
How do the
Cast
halflings?
light.
Yeah, I was gonna say how the halflings seeing. Okay, so you guys cast light, and then Marina, do you have a lantern, or are you just gonna go off their light spell?
I
Callum
don't have
can
a
cast
lantern.
all the lights that Runa needs. A Celestial Pact
Okay.
Warlock can't not have the light cantrip.
I'm gonna
It's
have to-
freebie
I'm gonna have
bonus.
Figure something out for that future. But yeah, I don't have a lantern actually. I didn't think of that.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, but I'll light up
Yeah,
whatever you
we're
want
good.
for an hour at
Yeah.
a time.
so we have 2 light spells that are currently cast, and that's how we're seeing.
Who else casts light?
I cast light.
Okay.
Callum, are you really impressed by my spell?
So impressed.
So, you're a Twilight.
Almost like angels are themselves.
I'm only a level 1 Twilight Cleric now too, so like this is all really impressive to me because I'm not that good at this shit yet.
Okay, so the light spell sheds bright light for 20 feet, and dim light for an additional 20 feet. So,
And I mean that's the shortest distance that anybody right because the dark vision guys are going to be 60 and 90, right?
sure.
I think it's just 60.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Mine's 90.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when you open the door, within 20 feet, you can see, well illuminated, that there is a large statue of a fiendish-looking creature. So you've seen these types of statues littered throughout the house. And again, on the floor, so the floors are made of wood. This also has, like, the roof has some holes in it that you can see out into the night sky. And on the floor, painted in some sort of red liquid substance, whether it's blood or paint, you're probably not quite sure, are infernal runes circling the large statue. And the laying on the ground are what appears to be several different, they're dressed like servants of this mansion that appear, well, it's just their bodies are very still.
What does it smell
they're
like in
dead.
here?
It does not
Yeah.
smell like death. It smells, again, like a hint of, you get two scents, like the fresh air of the night sky and sulfur.
Are any of these people lying on the ground halflings?
Many of them actually do look to be small sized. It's
I go
unclear
up
if
to
they're
one
halflings.
and see if it has a pulse.
All right. As you go up and check the pulse, you roll the body over, and they're wearing like servants' attire, but on their skin is a tint of like a very dark red, and pieces of bone and metal are sticking out from various spots throughout their body. When you roll it over, it's almost as if it gains consciousness, which quickly becomes a very menacing look at you, Mary. Roll initiative.
Ooh.
And I have this one in roll 20, but it's going to take a minute because I'm going to have to
Oh shit!
crop the cameras.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom while you do that. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I am also gonna go.
Logging into Roll20.
Oh, pop to the front. Epic group endgame.
D presents Baldur's Gate. We are not going to have Roll20 access our webcam or microphone, which are currently elsewhere. All right, so Jason, while you're doing this setup in here, can you explain to me what the? So was Rennie went in and checked for somebody who was down? Did I hear that right?
Mary.
Oh, sorry,
Cruikshank.
Mary did.
Yeah. So there were bodies spread around on the floor throughout that looked like servants, and he went and checked the vitals of one, and it attacked him.
Oh, see, you got to change my name. I'm not Walter/Milo anymore.
Well, you can change that.
I don't remember how to do anything in this fucking thing.
Yeah, it's probably not terribly
Settings. There we go. Walter/Cal. I got it. Boom, nailed it. All right, fucking awesome. Cool. Remember how to do that.
Can you guys see the like the room,
Oh, yeah,
statue, and the
sick.
guys. Yep. You should each have control of your tokens. Let me know if you don't.
Man, look at that display. It's nice. On our Twitch.
How do you move the freaking camera?
Oh my.
Or does Jason control the view that we have? We can't pan around on our own.
What are you trying to do?
I was just like trying to like move, recenter, and zoom the view, and I can't manipulate it. Are you the only one who controls that?
I don't think you can. It doesn't go left and right. I think the map only. It depends on what your zoom is, but it's like left justified.
It's very strange. Why are you sleeping in here with me? You never sleep in here with me. That's so weird.
Get a load of this freaking guy over here.
The guy.
He's here. No, that's my spot.
Okay. All right. Now I was going to look up spells.
Is that dude in the middle the one Walter pissed off?
No. Well, I'll set the scene in a minute when
Alright.
Joel comes back. Yeah.
Thanks,
back.
Calvin.
Yes, Mr. Wincott. He's pissed. No.
For putting you against devils, you're welcome. For placing you on the side of righteousness in the battle for our collective souls.
Okay, so basically it's how I described. However, now that these servants have it is revealed that they have been turned devilish. You notice that there are about 8 of these like smaller servants in the room. You can assume that they used to be halflings. And then there is one guy who's clearly like the main guy. He's actually he's fairly tall at about like a 6'4", and he's dressed like a butler, but he has like these shards of metal coming out of his devilish skin. His left arm has like some chains with a hook on it, and his right arm just looks like it's made out of like a jagged piece of metal. So he's like differentiated from the other guys. Also, last session you guys found some chains with infernal writing on them. Who's holding the chains?
Were they the chains we wrap in?
We definitely wrapped him in some chains.
There's your answer, Jason.
So you got him, Callum?
They're in the sack over my shoulder, but that'll be dropped here in a minute. But
I believe Durap is in possession of them.
yeah, technically speaking, if
Okay.
you want to get real precise, he's wrapped up in them chains.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, let's roll some initiative.
I guess we can. Oh yeah, I should just.
I got a 6.
It's probably gonna be worse.
17.
Yeah, whatever. Pretty normal for my ass.
Callum?
It's in the chat if you want. It's 9.
Thank you. I'm not looking at the chat. Runa?
All right. Well, I'm just trying to.
8.
All right, so it is going to go Cassavel, Bad Guys, Mary, Callum, Runa, Remy. Wasted the good rolls on the Sturgis. All right, but Castle, you're
I
still.
didn't roll shit for Sturgis. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. I am going to throw 2 kunai at this closest one here. Using that Nick property from Weapon Mastery, because they're daggers technically.
Nice.
Nick has
I love the kunai and Ghost of Tsushima. That's what it reminds me of.
That's exactly where
I boosted them like to max right away because they're so good.
A lot of what this character is modeled after was parts of that game.
I noticed that as I was playing it. I was like, this is Castabel.
Yeah. 23 and 19.
All right. Hit.
Okay. Roll.
A sequel to that.
I did see that. Yeah. 11 piercing damage apiece, so 22 total.
All right. So as you throw a kunai into the closest one, which is the one that Mary was checking on, it quickly slams into his chest, and the life leaves his body. He transforms back into a halfling and falls over. Because the first one took him down, the second one, which you threw in his general direction, just misses his body, but hits the one right behind him, and a similar effect happens.
Okay.
We are using the minion rules for these guys.
Okay. Good to know.
But they turn back into
They turn into dead halflings, but yes.
Oh.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna run up here, and I'm going to jump kick this dude.
Gonna need another from you there, Joel.
Yeah. 23. Or sorry, no. 22 to hit for 6 damage.
Also destroyed.
Yes.
As you jump kick him, he this is complicated because I gotta go to the windows in a certain order. As you jump kick him, he flies into the side of the room, and as he hits the wall, you can visibly just see the fiendishness leave his body and go into the wall, being absorbed back into the house, and his unconscious body falls over.
All right.
With my bonus action, I will spend a key point and take the dodge action. Let me make sure I got that right. So this is one of the new things. Sorry, focus point. I expend a focus point, and I take the dodge action as well.
Nice. Scott, can you roll a d4 for me?
Yep. 3.
All right. Okay, so I should have had this happen before, but because it happens on 20, but that's okay. I'm just going to say it's going to happen at the start of their turn. Again, this room has those same infernal surges that we've seen in the other rooms. So as soon as the fiendish energy goes back into the house, you notice this whole room becomes invigorated with this infernal energy. The runes on the ground start to glow and pulse, and a thick smoke fills the air. Any ranged attacks are going to have disadvantage for 1 round.
Okay.
They're up. So, did someone say something? Sorry. No, it's just an echo. The main guy is going to step up and strike at Callum.
Our class is currently 19.
All right, 1 hit. So he swings the chain at you with his left arm and misses, but then jabs you with his hook hand and hits you.
So he comes all the way down. He's next to three of us then. Two or three of us in order to be able to reach Callum, right?
Was Callum moved incorrectly on this map? Why do I have Callum?
From what I'm seeing, Callum is all the way down at the bottom here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Callum's
I was seeing
behind me.
I was seeing something different. I don't know why, but yes, he moves down to you. Correct.
He doesn't like me, huh?
He does not. All right. That hook hits you for 25 damage.
That is a not small amount of damage.
And you are grappled by him. So you are stuck onto the hook. Which Joel meant he was incapacitated.
Doesn't mean much.
Does it mean anything else? Or his speed was zero?
that?
What? His speed is zero if he's grappled. What does it mean now?
I mean, that's basically it. There's like one or two other things, but I think you have disadvantage to attack anyone that other than your grappler, I think.
Okay.
Now I need to verify.
All right.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler. Your grappler can drag or carry you when it moves. By every foot of movement costs it's one extra foot. Well, actually, that I think was eroded. It's not one extra foot. It's like you can only move half your speed when you're dragging somebody, basically.
Same thing. Ish.
It's basically the same thing, but they had to change the wording because of something with Goliath. Or maybe they changed the Goliath thing. I don't remember it, but basically, he can move half your speed and drag the person with you.
Got it. Okay, and now I can do, just to make sure I'm doing this right. These minions, they can hit with an unarmed strike.
Forcible movement upon him.
What if you what?
What if I inflict forcible movement upon him?
That is a gray area that I don't have an answer for.
Well, on my turn, I am going to attempt to do that.
We're gonna gray area it up, so we'll see what I'll figure it out.
All right.
Okay, these guys can use an unarmed strike, and in lieu of dealing unarmed strike damage, they can grapple. Correct, Joel? That's the new rule.
Yep.
Okay.
Grapple or push.
Okay. So
Grapple or shove.
they are going to make 2 attacks on Cassavel. 23.
Disadvantage.
Because he's dodging.
Okay. Right, forgot about that. So 15
Sucking.
is the lowest,
Miss.
and then a 1, so that's a miss. That's the one guy. Miss. I rolled 2 20s. So they get 1 hit.
I mean, yeah, I don't think they technically have to hit if they're trying to push.
They're just trying to
shove
grapple.
or whatever.
They're trying to grapple.
If they're trying to grapple me, then it's a. I need to make a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Do they have to hit
Their
you
DC,
first?
No, the DC for that is 8 plus their strength plus their proficiency bonus.
All right, I'm confused. Sorry.
Couldn't tell you.
I thought that I read that you can hit with an unarmed strike and as a result grapple.
That is so. If you have the grappler feat, you can do that. You can hit with an unarmed strike, do damage, and grapple. If unarmed strike, they just kind of like change it up, so like it's just all gets accomplished under unarmed strike, but it's technically a separate thing. Like you don't hit with it. If you're trying to shove or grapple, you force the person that you're targeting to make a save.
Got it. Okay. They're going to both force you to make a save.
Okay. So I'm gonna do dexterity, which I think I have advantage on dodge. Yep, dexterity saving throws are made with advantage. All right. I rolled 2 2s, so at least I'm sure. I don't think a 10 works. Whatever their DC is.
Okay, so you are grappled by the first one.
And I got a 16 on the other one.
Okay. So they have an ability that if you're already grappled, they're automatically going to succeed. So they're both going to grapple you.
Okay.
So essentially, there's no damage right now, but you're grappled by both of them.
Okay.
Cool. And then Walt, because you're already grappled by the other guy, one of them's going to use that ability on you as well. And then, so you're grappled by both guys. And then Mary, one is going to try to grapple you. Make a save, strength or dex.
That's 20.
Okay, you pass. The other's going to try to grapple you as well.
Okay.
Another
To bounce
save.
back to Walt's earlier question, I think forced movement would end the grapple if they're
Well, that's
outside the
fine.
reach.
Okay.
The condition ends if the grappler has the incapacitated condition or if the distance between the grapple target and the grappler exceeds the grapple's range.
Cool.
Got it. What'd you get, Mary?
My second one was an 11. 11 for my second one.
Okay, you are grappled. Can I do this
You know
for
what?
each? What? Go ahead.
Unless I don't do that. And roll again. Yeah, now I have 16.
All right. So can I do that for each unarmed attack they have? Like, if they have 2 unarmed attacks, can I get 2 grapple attempts?
I
Or
mean,
is
yeah.
it- Okay.
Yeah, you can sub. I mean,
When you
Okay.
from what I can tell, when you make an unarmed strike,
Attack.
you choose: are you dealing damage or doing a grapple
or
Okay.
shoving.
or shoving? Yeah.
So
And
in the past, shove and grapple weren't called unarmed strikes. It's basically the same exact thing. Like you could substitute attacks to do those things. So it's literally the same thing. They just looped it all into unarmed strike.
Got it. Okay, that's helpful. All right. That is their turn for the round. Mary, you are up.
All right. So I would like to use a level 3 Dragon's Breath Lightning, and it's a 15-foot cone. So can I get 3 of those guys, including the main guy? Do I have to move to do that? Is that a you know what I mean? Can I
Yeah,
get this guy?
I think you can get 3 of them.
Okay. Well then, give me 3 dexterity saving throw.
And that being grappled doesn't impact that at all because all it really does is reduces your speed, right?
Right.
Okay. So I owe you 3 saves. So the
DC 15.
all right, one of the chumpy guys makes it.
Well, 16 lightning damage.
Okay, so all right, so you kill one of the chumpy guys. I'll let you pick the one grappling you, or the one that tried to grapple you, or the one that is actively grappling Callum. Who do you want to get?
The one that was hitting me because he's closer. I feel like it makes more sense. The other guy's better.
Well,
Okay.
you should always just take care of yourself first in general.
All right, so that guy dies because the other one made the save, and we're using the minion rules. He's not going to take any damage. The main guy, the big guy, also passed the save, so he's going to take half of 16, which is 8.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's my turn.
That's your turn. Perfect. Callum. Callum.
Shit.
Is he frozen?
Sorry, I lagged out for a minute. Is it my turn?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I stopped hearing after the main guy also passed the save. My apologies. Okay, so what did you say after the main guy passes the save? She's just okay?
He took some damage, yeah. He took 8 damage. He's still up.
Thank you first again.
He's spinning.
Uh-oh.
They got him.
They got Atlas.
Oh,
Can you
he's
hear me
blinking.
again?
There we go.
You're back.
Okay. So guy still hooked into me, still grappling me. I'm going to use a bonus action. If we got a short rest after that thing before, I've got my warlock spells back. Bonus action to summon a shadow blade, which is still not my packed weapon at this time, but that's okay because instead of making 2 attacks with it, I am going to cast the booming blade cantrip through it and hopefully hit.
Just so you know, the other guy is also grappling you. So you got 2 guys grappling
Yeah,
you.
but
You're good though.
I'm mostly worried about the guy who did me 25 damage.
That's fair.
I thought it was fair. Oh, that is not a good roll. Hang on. Does that? Sorry, you're not watching. Does a 13 hit?
13 does not hit.
That's gonna be it for me then. I can't really move very well. I can't move at all. Bonus action is spent. Action is spent. I'm done.
All right. As you summon your psychic blade and bring it up into his body, it looks like it somehow bounces off the metal shards that are emanating from him, which doesn't make a lot of sense because he's made out of psychic energy. But maybe his fiendish soul is infusing them with infernal power. I don't know. Bruna.
All right. I think. So both these guys in front of me are grappling Callan.
Correct.
I'm gonna Thunderbolt at the minion first thing.
Perfect.
I rolled an 11.
That is a miss.
All right. Well, okay. I'll just do my second attack at the big guy.
Okay.
Try and get that disadvantage on him. 18.
Also a miss.
Shit. Okay. All right. Well. After that, I'm gonna move around behind them, and I'm gonna use a bonus action to assume a large form. I grow large.
Nice.
I can't expand my token size. If you can do that for me, Jason, make me 10 by 10.
Jesus.
You can shut.
Nice.
How high's the ceiling in here?
20 feet.
Okay, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm currently about 14 and a half feet tall.
Nice. Runa smash.
Yeah.
All right. Remy.
All right. 5 foot up. I cast my final Bardic Inspiration. Proud of myself for keeping track of all this stuff, Jason, because I was going to cast a 4th level spell, but I'm all expended.
Good job, Scott.
I will use a Unsettling Words. It is not very good. It's only a 1, and then I will upcast a Dissonant Whispers to a 3rd level spell. Add a bad dude there. It's DC 16 minus 1. And it is a Wisdom saving throw.
He got a 17.
I think that exactly passes. So he will take half of 5d6. If available, yeah, the creature. So he's only going to take 8 damage.
Okay. It looks like when as you exhibit your eloquence and form your words in a way to cast your bardic spell, it looks like whatever infernal power has infused his being has made him resistant to magic somehow. Like he's especially fortified against your efforts.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Back to the top, Casabel.
Okay. Let's see. I will, I guess, try to clear some of the chaff here. Maybe. Actually, no. I am going to use a bonus action to use Raven Queen's Blessing and teleport to here. So that I'll escape the grapples that they had me in.
Nice.
And wisps of shadow like surround me, and I'll have resistance to all damage until I think the start of my next turn.
Nice.
So then I will attack this guy twice with my sword.
Is this guy the main guy? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I guess I'm technically flanking. What are we doing for flanking rules? +2?
+2. Yes. If the creature is bigger than, if the creature is larger, and you're flanking twice, it's a +4.
Okay. This will be +2 to hit, which I actually am probably gonna need based on these rolls. 17 to hit.
That's gonna miss.
Okay. Then the other one will miss as well.
All right. This foe seems especially daunting for you guys, as Casvel turns into his mist and teleports across the room, forming with swords slashing as you've seen him do many times. It looks like the butler very easily dodges or parries with his blades. All right, Scott, can you give me another D4?
Yep. Two.
All right. Okay, this is the one where the doors and windows grow jagged blades, and I'm going to say the statue does as well. So if you move through an adjacent square to the statue, or try to move through the door, you'll have to make a save, or else you'll get nicked by the blades. That includes the bad guys as well. They're up. So at the start of their turn, the two that have you grappled are going to deal you 5 damage, Callum. So you take 10, 5 from each, from their barbs as they start the turn embedded in you. The butler is going to try to swing his chain around and hit you with the chain.
My armor class has improved since I deployed the shield last turn. I'm now up at 22.
All right, he misses.
It's good because that damage is starting to add up.
Yeah, the little guy is going to swing at you twice. The highest is a 21, so he also misses. Bewildered, the two guys are going to move down. They're going to do so in a way to be tactical and not walk through the barbs. and they're going to try to latch on to Mary. So give me 3 saves against being grappled, Mary.
I'm gonna use Flash of Genius to help him.
Nice. What's that do?
Nick, you're also muted.
Yeah, I know. I just realized that. Sorry.
He's making 3 saves.
Yeah.
So I can give him a +4 on one of them.
Nice.
Cool. You can. I mean, should I say what they are?
What?
I got
what were
a 12. No, I got an 11, a 13, and a 14.
Okay. Which one are you using the +4 on?
Which one do I want to apply it to? Probably the 13.
Okay. So because that means that you failed the first one, which means the other 2 automatically succeed. It doesn't. There's no real
Yeah,
consequence.
right. Oh shit! I should just.
Oh.
Do you want to do it to the first one? It doesn't matter. You're going to be grappled twice instead of
Can I
3
do
times.
it to the first one?
Yeah, you're going to be grappled twice instead of 3 times. So you're grappled by the 2 on the right.
Because it's turn order.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's no consequence to being grappled this round outside of your speed being 0. But as you just saw with Callum, if they start their turn and you're grappled, they're going to deal you damage.
Yeah.
Cool. That was their turn. Pretty quick turn. Mary, you're up.
I'm gonna Dragon's Breath the 2 that are grappling me.
Nice.
So give me 2 Dexterity saving throws, DC 15, and it's 12 electric damage.
They both fail and are incinerated.
Nice. That's my turn.
Awesome. Callum.
Hang on, I've had an idea. I'm checking a spell.
Dude, are these devils drinking tea?
They're servants, so they were serving tea.
Did the room get more powerful?
It's not getting more powerful now. But to your point, you're seeing the same visual effect where the infernal leaves their dead bodies and goes back into the house.
Okay, so that would not work. All right. For my bonus action, I will choose the Shadow Blade as my packed weapon, and then use it to make twin attacks. Once again, this time I'm actually I'm grappled by 2 of the lightweight guys. That's correct?
1 lightweight, 1 main guy.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start with the lightweight guy because I believe that I can dump him quickly. Let's see about that. Okay, I am rolling super goodly, huh?
Try rolling 1df.
Yeah, that doesn't get you a lot either. All right, 16 on the second attack to try to wipe out the little guy here.
16 hits, he is wiped out.
It's radiant damage, so, very exciting to watch.
The F is for fudge. Apparently there's like some built-in way to fudge the dice. I'm glad it shows that you're rolling a DF. So I think if you, I don't know why they even put it in there.
All right. So then that is an attack for me and a bonus action for me, and I can't move. So we're done here.
Okay. Bruna. Sorry, Runa.
All right. I'm just gonna move down a notch. I'm gonna try and Thunder Gauntlet the big guy again.
Nice.
16 misses. Second attack. Come on. There we go. 23.
Hit.
So that's 9 thunder damage, and this probably won't do anything, but I'm going to use my Fire's Burn to add a d10 fire. So 9 thunder and 6 fire.
To your point, it looks like the as you channel your inner fire giant and smash into his skin, it looks like the flame fizzles against his flesh, having no
I
effect.
figured that'd be the case,
Yeah.
but I thought I'd try it anyway. All right,
He
well,
sells.
he now has disadvantage on attack rolls against anyone but me until the end of his turn.
Oh, nice. It says, fire, I was born of this. Remy.
I know it wasn't that effective, but I'm gonna do the same thing as last time.
Nice.
-5 this time.
Shit. He gets a 5 total.
Okay,
fails.
he takes 24 damage and has to move. He has to use his reaction to run away. And I don't know how that works as far as
Yeah, he's gonna.
attack of opportunities and shit.
He does. So he is actually moving. He's not being forced moved from this. So I think technically he could drag whoever he's grappling with him.
I'm gonna say he unhooks Walter. He was gonna do that anyway because now that the minions are dead, the grappling strategy isn't really too efficient anymore. So he is gonna run, which means he's gonna get provoke attacks opportunity from basically everybody, and have to make a save against that altar. So everyone make an attack of opportunity.
I miss.
Yeah. Dice went cold.
Miss.
22 from the Radiant Shadow.
Hit.
Rolling damage here.
Does the 16 hit?
Does not.
That's going to be 13 radiant damage. And that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. So I got 1 hit from Walter. Did anyone else have a hit?
I don't think so.
Okay, and
No,
he passed.
not except for my initial damage.
Gotcha. And he passed the save against the altar. Okay. Good turn, Remy. Castabel.
Alright. I will kick this dude next to me with a 14 to hit.
That's gonna miss.
Fucking A, man. I cannot roll for shit right now.
Flanking? Probably.
Yeah, flanking would help, but I can't really move in a position to flank him. So I'm gonna.
Am I? Maybe my thing's not right. It looked like you were
Yeah.
flanking him. I thought.
That's been happening to me too, Scott. I don't know why. Like there's a
Alright, I'll
delay.
reload
How about a
it.
21 to hit?
21 hits.
Cool. I murk him.
All right, he is marked.
Okay, now I see it. Now it's updated.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna be moving through 2 of the squares. What do I need to do for that?
Just make one dexterity save.
27.
You pass. You're good.
Okay. So I use my action for that. I'm gonna use my bonus action, and I'm gonna try to. I'm just gonna one arm strike on this guy. 25 to hit.
Hit.
Okay. I'm gonna make it force damage just because I can, and I just have a feeling that would be better for some reason. So it's 11 force damage, and he can make a Constitution save for Stunning Strike.
$15.
Okay, he passes.
All right. So, what do you
Actually, sorry, his speed is half until the start of my next turn, and the next attack roll made against him has advantage.
And yes. Okay. Well. Okay. What you do to hit him? Did it a physical blow or your sword?
It was a punch.
All right. So you punch the butler in the face, and his now devilish hook nose falls back as a large amount of blood runs down his face. He is bloodied. However, he has a bloodied action from 4th edition that when he gets bloodied, he channels his rage and fire into the infernal room. So as he gets hit, he lets out a scream, and the runes on the ground shoot fire into the air. Everybody make a dexterity save.
Ooh.
19.
Pass.
I rolled a 1.
No, you didn't.
I got your back, and you got my back. There we go, that's better. 16.
Pass.
22.
Pass.
That's going to be a 12.
Fail. Did I not get anyone yet? Everyone said share their save? All right. So if you passed, you take 14 fire damage. If you fail, you take 29.
Ooh.
It's a one-time effect. The hellfire dissipates out of the room and goes away. That was from him being bloodied. It is now his turn. Can I get another D4, Scott?
Yep. 4. Yeah, I wonder what happens when he dies.
I wonder what's going on with those chains.
Give me another D4. That one doesn't really apply to this room.
2.
All right, same thing. It's going to be jagged spikes. Okay, so now he's going to attack Cassavel, but because he got Thunder Gauntleted, he has disadvantage on his attacks. So he's going to make 3 attacks at Cassavel with disadvantage. Walter, did you get the fire damage? Okay, you walked away again.
My AC is 21.
All right. 19.
Yes, 29 fire damage, right?
Yep, correct.
I am down.
Oh shit.
You're down.
Yes, I took
Took a shitload
25
of
and
damage.
29 and 10 damage.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So the first 2 strikes on Cassavel miss, but he does get a 22, even with disadvantage, on the last attack. So he hits you with the chain. For 20 piercing.
Okay, I'm gonna use my reaction to deflect it.
Okay.
Deflect X.
What's that? Does that
So I reduce damage, so he still hits me. I just reduce the damage. I reduce it down to what's that? 6 plus 14. So I take 6 damage.
Okay. You also take an additional 18 poison from the rusty blade.
Okay.
And make a Constitution saving throw.
12.
All right. The rusty infernal blade has poisoned you. You have the poison condition for 1 minute.
Okay.
That is his turn. Mary, you're up.
Do I get to make a save against that, like every turn, or is that just 1 minute I'm poisoned?
Yeah, at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
I'm gonna move and hit him with the same Dragon's Breath, DC 15, Dex save.
Okay. He fails.
Nice. 11 damage.
Nice. All right. Mary's just all over the battlefield, just shooting breaths of lightning at stuff.
Yep.
Just cracking shafts.
It's cracking
Take
shafts.
it down. Crank the shit out.
Callum is up. If you're out, make a death save and don't tell us the result. I guess you're doing it in Discord though, so everyone's going to see what the result is.
Well, I have another die roller open, which looks like you can actually roll 20.
Oh, so you're up.
You regain 1 hit point.
What's up, suckers?
And it's the start of your turn, so you still get to go.
So you still get your turn.
So as a bonus action, sorry, I was playing with my cat because I'm unconscious. Now I have to take the toy back from our before to destroy them. As a bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind and regain some hit points from that. And let's see, I don't know if I have any cleric spell left. I don't know if I want to use my other warlock spell. No, I don't.
I was going to spend my turn doing you a big fat heal, but it sounds like you might not need it.
Well, this thing is, if I use a big fat heal, I can't summon another blade.
I was also going to spend my time giving you a fat heal.
Well, you guys are sounding pretty generous.
They
But
buff
I-
the hell
I am-
out of your wounds. That's why.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm also well below bloodied now, so
All
if
right.
you guys want to get some big fat heals out, I'm not gonna complain.
I was going to spend my turn cranking shafts.
Alright, so I rolled maximum on my second win, so I'm actually now up to 12 hit points, which is fun and exciting.
Double fisted and cranking a shaft in each hand.
Yeah, I'm super locked in right now.
I also get all my dark inspirations back on short rest now. It's insane.
I like that they made everybody get something out of a short rest. That was definitely an improvement, because having the whole divide between short rest class and long rest class is just fucking stupid.
I don't really get much of a short rest.
And now prayer
They
of
did not take my
healing.
class.
Prayer of healing gives you the extra short rest. After 10
Yeah,
minutes.
I sent an article about that.
Well, that's
Alright,
divine
I am going
intervention.
to-
That was a whole different thing. Prayer of healing spell itself still gives you the short rest outside of combat.
I'm going to move up. Obviously, I spent half my move standing, but I still have the other half. I'll move up one space just so I have a nice clear diagonal line at the guy. I forgot how to draw a fucking line here. There we go. A nice clear diagonal line. Best it's going to get, but obviously still not great. And I'm going to E-Blast his beach ass. So these are not super terrific. I'm not doing anything, honestly. 15 and a 17. Do those have disadvantage or not?
Do they have the attacks have advantage, Joel?
No, are you asking about the range in the room? There's, like, why would they have disadvantage?
Because I'm like, you guys are like kind of blocking me, sort of.
So you're asking if they have cover?
Sure.
You can have cover. You're good. What did you do? Like, yeah.
That's some fists. So
Okay.
it's already passed because what was it? No, actually no. One of them does have advantage because the next attack against him has advantage. Yeah. So one of them has advantage.
So those both miss, but roll with advantage. Still miss. Okay. What do your Eldritch Blast look like being a celestial?
I mean, the Eldritch Blast spell only describes it as crackling energy in the first place, so you're pretty free on that one, but I would assume that they are largely, golden bolts of crackling bullshit.
Nice. Well, Callum shoots 2 golden bolts of crackling bullshit, but
Right into the wall.
right into the wall. Runa.
Alright. Runa's gonna clump around the statue. Come up behind Castal and cure wounds on an overcharge. Second level slot.
Okay.
I rolled at 5, 8, 10, 14 points.
Takes me out of bloodied.
And
Nice.
do I have anything else I can do? I don't think so. Yeah, that'll be it for me.
Remy Restwell.
Second wind only gives like half your hit points back or something, right?
Second wind, it's a D10 plus your fighter level.
All right. Well, then I'm going to cast a big fat heal on Callum. It's actually going to be a second level heal. $16. And then I'm going to expend a second level spell as well. So now the only spell I have left is a 3rd level. And
You can't use 2 spell slots in a turn.
not even if you're expending it, it says it doesn't take an action. I am getting a bardic inspiration back by expending a spell.
Oh, that's different. I thought you were casting a spell.
Well, I was
You can't cast 2 spells using a spell slot.
I was gonna give a bardic inspiration to Casabel, but not know how I feel. Yeah. So I expend a second spell to give Casabel bardic inspiration, and the new rules of bardic inspiration are you can wait until you get the result, I believe.
Nice. So
And
you're
you
inspired.
have up to an hour to use it.
So what I was saying, they changed the rule for spell casting. Bonus action doesn't matter. You can't use a spell slot to cast 2 spells in a turn. So you can't cast a spell as an action with a spell slot and then a bonus action as a spell slot. But if you have something that allows you to cast a spell without using a spell slot, you can cast that as an action and then use a spell slot as a bonus action.
No, I'm just using Font of Inspiration, which it says doesn't take an action.
Yep, I got you. I'm just clarifying because that's a big change in the way spell casting works.
All right. Well, yeah, you get a D8. I have to an hour to use it, and then you can wait until you get the results of your hits before you declare it.
And that's for attack, save, or ability check?
Yeah, let me pull it up again. I had to pull it up, but now it's...
It's also only or no. Never mind, it is expended on a failure as well.
Yeah, it now lasts a full hour instead of 10 minutes. Use it even after failing a D20 test.
Okay, so that counts for save.
Yeah.
And then you're up, Casabel.
Okay. Well, I have disadvantage because I'm poisoned on these attacks. So I will attack once with my sword. And I'm not flanking, so I don't think a 16 won't do it, right?
16 will not do it.
How about 19?
19 hits.
Alright. Alright, so he picked 15 flashing and 4 psychic. And then I will use bonus action. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna spend a key point, and I will take the dodge action, dodge and disengage. The blade thing is still going on, right? The spikes around the statue and all that. All right.
Yep.
I'm going to back up behind Runa here for a second. So
cover.
Yeah, gotta use everything on the battlefield to my advantage, right? So I'm gonna back away, and then it's the end of my turn. So I can make a save at the end of my turn.
Correct.
For this, okay. I got a 13. I'm gonna use that bardic inspiration die unless the 13 can pass.
It does not pass.
Okay, so I'm gonna use that bardic inspiration. Does a 19 pass?
It does.
Okay, so I'm no longer poisoned.
So what'd you say to him, Scott?
To Casabel?
Yeah, what'd you say to him to make him get over the poison?
He starts singing "Shake It Off."
Yeah, I'm like, Casabel, you know what to do.
Yeah.
No, Remy should start singing "Shake It Off."
Shake it off. Shake it off. Nice. All right, Scott, give me another D4.
1.
All right, this is the one where the air becomes thick with heat, and everything's now difficult terrain. Okay. Mary, quick question for you. Did you roll your Johnny Johns on the last 1 or 2 Dragon's Breaths you casted? I can't hear you. It might be on mute.
It's not a new casting, it's reusing it.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, you're right. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, well, you're the closest guy to him now, so he's going to give you a pretty sinister look, and he's going to swing his hook hand at you twice and try to swing around and bring his, rusty chain down on you.
All right, we'll see.
And he doesn't... The Thunder Gauntlets was only for a turn, right, Runa?
Yeah.
So he's good now.
Yeah, it lasts... let me just... until the start of my next turn, and my next turn is passed because I healed cast spell.
Roger that. What did you say your AC was, Mary?
17.
All right. 1 hit. 2 hits.
Ooh.
Okay. So the hook hand. Oh, that's a D4. The hook hand is going to hit you for 12.
Okay.
The chain is 11 piercing.
I follow.
Okay. It's good. It deals additional poison damage, but it's not going to be more than your maximum hit points, so it's not super
But it's
relevant.
poisoned for a minute, though, right?
Make a Constitution save.
That's pretty good. I got a 17.
Okay, so you're not poisoned.
Okay.
That was his turn. He had a big grin on his face when he did that. He enjoyed that, Mary. Just so you know, it's the last thing you see before you potentially die.
Yeah.
You're up next. Make that save.
Make a death save.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone what happens.
Well, look, guys.
Nick, man, you should have turned on your camera.
We all just saw it.
Well, unless it was a 20, we're gonna go to Callum.
It's not.
Like if I click that GM roll, did you guys see that when I just rolled?
Yeah, then you can't
Nope.
see it.
Oh.
Next time.
Next time.
Okay, Callum is going to spend a bonus action to healing light himself for a d6, which comes out a nice healthy 5. We're very excited about that. He's not very good at healing light because charisma is trash. But
You
over
got
time,
the 16 I gave you too, right?
yeah.
Okay,
I just got back up above bloodied after my d6.
Dude, Callum is just
You're
space Jesus. He's just space Jesus. Look at this guy. He's just
Yeah.
running around, shooting light, casting light, words of light, a blade made of light. It's just a radiant space Jesus.
He's feeding the blood pool though. He's just above bloodied.
Yeah, it's true. Forgot about that.
Fuck that blood pool. You can bet your ass Callum's going to create water prepared at all times. Mostly because I get every cleric spell I could ever want from just being a celestial paladin and have no idea what else to take. But also because, metagaming. Alright, so I would have to use my last spell slot and then a bonus action again on next turn to get multiple attacks. So I am not going to bother with any of that because it's going to take a while to start adding up. So I am just gonna keep on blasting, but I will move up 5, 10. Is this adjacent to the statue?
No.
Is it just these? Where will I get spiked by the statue?
If you move through the square surrounding the statue that are directly adjacent to the 4 squares that the statue is in, you will have to make a save versus being spiked. That's also not active right now. Right now, it's just difficult terrain.
Right. It just switched to everything is difficult terrain.
Yeah, correct.
Well, that's another reason not to try to engage them head to head. All right. Well, then this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, right?
Correct.
2 diagonals.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll move a little bit closer to him. If he wants to get up to, fight me and Runa face to face, then we can consider changing my attack mode. But then it's just another pair of evil blasts because those are so freaking impressive. And again, straight into the wall.
Well, it looks cool though.
Remember in the Star Wars game, there's
he's
that
definitely
big blaster called an E-Web blaster? Do you think that stands for Eldritch Web Blaster?
I think
Walter
it does.
keeps calling it an E-Blast. That's what it reminds me of. This machine gunning.
I like it.
Mountain Dew Eldritch Blast, baby.
Runa.
It's actually an emplacement weapon heavy blaster.
Of course you know the answer
Although I
well.
don't know how you get web. No, just look it up. I've got fucking Wikipedia open here in another tab.
When we watched, yeah. Cover up.
All right. I'm going to, as a bonus action, activate my armor's defensive field to give myself 7 temporary hit points. And then I'm going to move up and cast another overcharged Cure Wounds on Mary. When cast a Cure Wounds, by the way, I place my gauntlet on the person, and a little needle pops out of my gauntlet and injects them with healing fluids. 9,
Nice.
10, 11, 15, 19 healing.
Where did you get that healing fluid?
I make it.
You make it yourself?
Secret recipe.
Do you swap out the needle every time?
That's a
Mary, make a save against HIV. Well,
Are you suggesting that Casabel has HIV?
Oh, no, you should make a save too.
You guys are blood brothers now.
His elf AIDS.
so Mary is healed 19.
It's just
Thank you very much.
Is that your turn, Runa?
That's it.
All right, we're up to the Remy. Remy Restwell.
Everything is difficult terrain right now?
Correct.
Alright. I'm just gonna move up and fire a shot at. And I miss. I'm gonna move as soon as I can get this drink out here.
Okay.
I am done my turn.
Casabel.
Hmm. Alright, I will use another use of my Blessing of the Raven Queen and teleport to the other side of this guy. And then I will attack him twice with my sword. Alright, so first one. Pretty sure this one will hit. 28.
Hit.
Or 9. 9 slashing and 3 psychic. Because I have longsword mastery. He's vexed. Actually, no, longsword sapped, so never mind. If he's sapped, he has disadvantage on any of his next attack against me. I think it's just against me. Let me double check that.
I think it's actually on anybody.
Is it just a disadvantage on his next
I'll
attack?
pull it up. Don't do. Keep
Alright.
doing what you're doing. I'll do the research.
So then attack again. 25.
Hit.
15 slashing, 3 psychic.
All right. We did it, guys. So, what was that last attack with the sword?
Yep.
As you, I already described that he was bloody. As you slash your sword down, it catches on a blade coming out of his shoulder, and you get it in a good groove. Pick it back up, bring it down again, and cleave him in half, finishing this guy. He falls over, and all the blades and fiendishness fade away from him, and he just turns into a normal, elderly butler human who is deceased. Combat over.
Let me-
Part of me
Hang
feels a
on, let me
little
look
bad
up another-
killing these guys. Just because they don't seem. Well, actually, I disagree. I take that back. It depends on whether or not they had a choice to change.
Maybe they were already dead. Like, they've been dead for a while.
What would it take to determine? I guess it would take medicine, which I don't have. Does anybody have medicine to determine how long these boys have been dead?
I don't.
Well then,
No one ever takes medicine.
Aquatic knowledge.
I have other characters that do, just not this idiot.
Scott, you can make a medicine check at half your proficiency bonus.
How does an 8 do?
You, what Mary says sounds like it makes a lot of sense. They were probably already dead.
What, can you just grab yourself in the middle of the room?
I got-
Like they're like dead and have been rotting dead.
They haven't been rotting. Like, they don't look super decayed. They look like they were recently deceased.
How, like, okay, 8's not enough to tell.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pull $300 out of the group loot and attempt to revivify the butler with my last level 3 spell slot.
Shit. I will also add, not to, like, whatever, but for, I thought of this during our downtime. For any component that's like you have to use diamond dust or diamonds or any shit like that, you can also sub quiddity. 1 quiddity equals 1 gold for that component. Just to throw that out there as well.
What about straight gold?
What's up?
Jeez.
Can you just use straight gold?
No, you got to have the component or quiddity.
Then
Yeah, it's really good though.
I don't
Okay,
know.
well, the rebuild of my character has access to Revivify at this level. Obviously, we would have made arrangements to make that possible
And I've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the magic pockets infusion active, so
in the previous. Yeah, well, do you want me to spend the quiddity, or do you want me to spend the gold?
Well,
we
you can,
have diamond dust, so we need to spend liquidity.
because you
All right,
revamped
so
your
that's-
character. Because you revamped your character, if you wanted to say that you bought diamond dust in Days End, that's fine.
Well, it's actual diamonds for it has to be a solid diamond for Revivify. $300
And it
diamond.
doesn't get does it get expended?
Which the spell
No,
consumes.
it's
Okay,
consumable.
it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen Revivify.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a free revive.
We've got plenty of liquidity. Just gotta use that.
Okay, then I'll just bust 300 liquidity, and I will attempt to Revivify the Butler.
How long gets you dead for Revivify work?
Total dead time cannot exceed an hour.
Okay, it's definitely more than an hour.
Sorry, a minute.
Hey,
A minute.
hey,
Can't go past a minute.
Hey, Prepper, I appreciate you trying role playing your character, but he's been dead for more than a minute or an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, it hasn't been super long, but it's been more than a minute or an hour.
Well, we only had an 8 on a medicine check, so we really didn't know.
So you sprinkle in the silvery rainbow magic dust on his body, but it falls flat because well, actually no, I guess you still cast the spell and it fails.
Quick, scoop it back into the thing.
Yeah. So it's you sprinkle it, it turns into a radiant light, goes into his body, but it seems that he has been deceased for too long.
Well,
I'll put inspiration account for role playing a character and trying to do that.
I'm a human. I'm inspired every time I wake up.
Okay, we have to now. We're playing Baldur's Gate rules, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I also have two in here. Stack them up.
Stacking.
The butler doesn't have much on him, but he does have a small book in his inside pocket.
Well, I gotta say, I feel a lot less bad about killing all these guys if they were already dead.
Yeah. He also has a little
Although
piece of
Callum is
charcoal.
probably gonna have some horrible nightmares tonight.
He also has a little piece of charcoal that he uses to write in the book.
What's in the book, bro?
It looks like a bunch of scribbled notes that like a butler would take, like bring tea at noon, like master is spending lunch in upstairs room. But
Yeah,
you
but
do
is there
find
anything-
you do find one that says password for the cellar.
What is
So
it?
it's Bellion.
We unlocked that key.
Yes,
Curious
exactly.
to
So you're originally supposed to come up here, fight the guy, get the password, and then go to the dungeon where like the bad guy is. But you guys just skipped to the end because of that key, which fine, whatever. And then, but yeah, this is how you would have gotten it otherwise. The statue. Someone has to put the statue. So previously, you guys had seen a large statue of what I think we discerned was Asmodeus. This statue looks quite different. So it looks like a very ugly looking devil. Like whereas the Asmodeus statue looked like Asmodeus does in his he looks like a devil, but he also kind of looks like a noble human. Like he has like finery and looks like sophisticated. This just looks like there's no indication that this is Asmodeus, it's just a devil. But this just looks like a very large, very ugly devil with claws and big wings. Let me see if I can get a picture for you. Kind of like this, the red one.
Oh, gee, I wonder what that is.
Yeah.
Is there a plaque?
As it in Discord, I missed it.
No, I just held it up. It's a Pythian. It looks like
Go to the monster video and look at the Pythian.
Yeah. There's no plaque, but your passive arcana, for anyone that has a passive arcana of 10 or higher, does get the sense there's a magical presence here.
Technically, don't most of us have a 10 or higher?
Anyone that has a passive arcana of 13 or higher, good point, Joel. Anyway, I should have just said anyone that's proficient in arcana.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can I make an arcana check to inspect it to see if I can determine anything else about it?
You sure can.
I got a 14.
All right, give me a minute here.
I don't have detect magic prepared.
I would say that you're unable to detect what the magic does.
Okay. All right.
Anyone else that has Arcana can try also if you want,
Okay.
or if you're a bard, because you have everything.
18.
I just
All right, so Mary. So I'm going to say your Arcana does not come from a learned education or apprenticeship as an artificer, but yours just comes from a like natural instinct and experimentation with love magic over the years.
Yeah.
And you just have a very strong instinct to ask it a question.
I ask, who are you?
All right, one moment.
It's also kind of just like a question speaking out loud.
Yeah.
Wondering,
He says
wondering what-
the mouth opens slightly. So the statue's made of stone, but the stone mouth opens, and the eyes light up with a pinpoint of red energy. And it says, "I am Orgosh."
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
I don't recognize that.
Neither do I. Do I know that name?
Anyone can make a Arcana or religion. Religion's going to represent knowledge planes in this instance. It's a very hard DC, but you can make it if you want to recognize it.
Roll the one, I get 3 rolls.
So I need to be proficient.
Yes.
I only got like a 12. 12, yeah. On my Arcana.
Gotcha.
I asked Orgosh, what do you want with Omaran?
He says, "To conquer."
Well, that's a bummer.
ask him what he wants with the Wildlands.
What do you want with the Wildlands?
To conquer.
How old are you?
It replies, "Eons. I am as old as the first tear shed by a mortal on this plane. The first betrayal. The first time a brother robbed one another. That is how old I am."
That's a little pessimistic of society, but I understand what you're saying. Oh gosh.
No, or gosh.
Gee golly.
Well, see Mary asking questions. I ask, are you the one who Durap calls his patron?
He says, "I am." At that, the eyes fade and the mouth shuts. The magic is
shit.
expanded.
My bad, guys.
He's gonna ask him how old.
Any part of that feel familiar, Cal, at all?
No. The only it doesn't feel innately familiar, but it does. Like, you get the sense that you're here to cleanse this place of evil. Like, that's your mission, right? To end the corruption that's here. And there you go. That's pretty fucking evil. And like, that's the evil force. Like he just confirmed that he is the patron of Durap and presumably some other, these other folks. So he is an evil force that is really causing a lot of this to happen.
Nick, what was the spell that you used to cleanse shit before? Ceremony?
Ceremony.
That's still a thing.
Well, I don't know.
What does ceremony do?
There was a bunch of things you could perform away. You can make it to a proper burial so a thing wouldn't rise. An undead wouldn't rise. And I think you allowed me to like demolish.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was edition. This is 2024. What do you expect? Might be different.
It's not really different. So I will say, before we let folks that had proficiency in Arcana know that the statue is magic, you now know that the magic has faded from the statue. So something else is continuing to corrupt this house.
Hmm.
Well, we should keep looking around. I'm going to pop a healing potion first, but since they're all at Jason's house, maybe you should drink one.
I guess I got it. What kind?
A grater? How about a grater?
I just made 3 graters yesterday. I did a caramel apple cocktail for those.
Oh. No, give me an old one. That way you
Oh.
can get one.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. Do we have any more graters?
Make sure we use those up first.
You guys got a lot of fucking potions, man. Superior,
Yeah, we're gonna have to count them up. So I need to do another group loot for this group.
acid resistance. That's just straight like Jaeger. Superior, superior.
These appears too good. That's one.
All the ones you had were superior except the 3 greater that you just found. So I got to drink one of the new ones. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
But you're now down to 1 rack again. So there you go.
44 plus 4.
So all these Omaran guys, they've been plunging themselves to Asmodeus, right?
Correct.
Yes.
What
Oh.
the fuck is this Orgosh guy?
Well, Asmodeus is a deity.
I don't think he's a deity in 5th edition, is he?
He wasn't fourth.
He wasn't
We were
fourth.
using him as a deity, and I think continued into this.
Oh.
Yeah,
He
correct.
had used the Book of Apotheosis to become a deity.
Correct.
So Orgosh is probably just a servant of, or like, meaning of.
Or
Asmodeus.
he's telling himself as the same,
Probably one of
right?
his
Yeah.
general- Yeah, we should, I guess, keep exploring this place.
Be right back, guys.
So I'm gonna, I guess, ready to do ceremonial bullshit and try to cleanse all this fucking house. It's gonna cost some money, but I assume I'll be able to find silver here. Pretty much just gonna grind up his dishes and make goodness out of it. Because
There
it
you go.
uses powdered silver as the material component. So
That works.
get out the good silver, we're going blessing.
How many doors were there in this room?
Good question. There are, in addition to the one that you entered from, there are 3.
Hmm. So wait, did anything happen with those changes?
Guys, minor notes over here. I want to show you a birthday present that I made for Sage. She just got my poster.
That's cool. I love that.
She listens to a lot of scary stories to go to sleep, and many of them are cryptid themes. So, reiterate, do not feed the skinwalkers poster.
Nice.
Actually, also got the same thing. Done in an aluminum sign.
Ah, nice.
And I keep on trying to
Convince her that we should drill some holes through it and just put it up on a under a stop sign or something somewhere in the area.
In a park somewhere.
Right? Anyway, that was
I assume that's her streaming area behind Walter.
Pink chair's a dead giveaway.
Yeah. It says fresh on the wall. Is that what it says? Maybe.
I know it's fresh.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah.
I can
Sure.
tell what that says.
Certified fresh.
I actually think it says trash. That can't be right, though.
Yeah.
What I missed? What's going on?
You've missed
Maybe
nothing
it's
except
assembly.
Okay.
Stitch asked how many doors are in the room, and I said 3 in addition to the one you came through.
Is there still blades spinning around the doors?
There are not.
Is this the attic?
It is the attic.
Okay, this is a huge ass attic.
Yeah,
Yes.
like,
This is just the 3rd floor. This isn't an attic. Like,
Okay.
this is the 3rd floor.
is the roof peaked?
It's
Ceiling?
it's relatively flat and then curves goes down around the edges.
Okay. So there's still an attic above us.
No, there's not that. I said that there are poles that lead to the sky.
Is
Like
the,
satellites.
What's that, Nick?
is the ceiling flat?
Relatively flat. It has a slight incline.
Does the building from the outside have a point on top?
It does not.
Oh, it's flat roof?
It's slight incline.
All right.
It's going to get into how roofs aren't designed like that.
I'm just saying.
Huh?
Roof above us.
Can you see what?
The beams like this that are holding up the roof above us?
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. All
That's what this Sturge is working from.
right. Okay. Let's check out one of the first. Runa, you wanna check?
Yeah. Check for trap.
So, okay, so we're going to go top of the map is north, bottom, south, etc. There's a door to the west, and there are 2 doors to the east. Which one we're looking at or whatever.
Check the one to the west first.
Okie dokie. There's not appear to be any traps. It's a normal door. Upon opening the door, it looks to be a small library, and floating there, putting a book back, is a ghost. Looks like the ghost of a human-looking noble, and he just looks at you guys and says, "Hello."
Guys, I feel like we've seen this before.
What are you talking about?
Well, we haven't seen that before, but
In the prequel.
we've seen that before. The ghostly librarian, the temple, and the pyramid.
Yeah.
Kept coming after us to get his books back.
Somebody took his books.
I don't know. We haven't returned them either.
Is there anybody else in this room?
Nope, just the ghostly librarian put back books. Yeah. Well, okay, never mind.
Hello.
Shh. It's a library.
Do you
Is
have
there a
any
desk
books?
anywhere in here?
Do you have any books on Orgosh?
Oh gosh. Check the card catalog. He points to a dresser in the corner. Has a
Okay.
Go look up Orgos and card catalog.
all right. Make a luck roll advantage.
And I got 7 out of 6.
Okay. There's no books on Orgosh. The books seem pretty small. Like the most interesting one is How to Train Your Hippogriff.
Look for it. Is there a desk?
There is a desk. There's also a couple tables. The room's relatively small, but there's enough that you can sit down and do some research, etc.
Whatever the biggest desk is, like one that Giraffe probably would have used,
Mm-hmm.
or if there's a halfling size one,
Mm-hmm.
like to rifle through it and see if there's anything. I mean, we probably hit that shit in the office.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a pretty standard desk that you would just use for the library. It doesn't look like he was using this for any sort of personal use.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave this room.
Okay.
I actually can I check out this book? And I hold up How to Train a Hippogriff.
Yes. He gestures over to another small little podium, and asks for you, gestures for you to hand the book over.
Okay, I do.
Opens up the back, takes a card out, takes a stamp, stamps it, puts it back in, and says, "It is due 1 moon turn from now, or else there will be a steep fee.
What is the fee?
1 gold per moon turn late."
Thank you.
Thank you for using the library.
Who the hell wouldn't want a hippogriff?
It's true. Looks like it's written by a former knight of Summerhill.
Whoa.
Yeah, step 1, get a hippogriff.
Do we try another door?
Yep.
All right. Southeast or northeast?
Southeast.
All right. This room is fairly plain. It looks to be used for storage. However, there is a small chest that stands out to you, as well as a what looks to be a 3-sided mirror with a sheet over it facing the wall.
Oh,
What's in the box?
Box is locked.
Good thing we have a key that unlocks anything.
Good
Wouldn't
thing.
Raph have a key on him anyway?
Maybe. I think you guys found keys earlier.
Yeah, I think we took keys off of Durab, didn't we?
Yeah, we definitely.
Oh,
Dude.
well then what do you know? One of those keys opens up this chest.
What's in it?
I'll tell you in 1 second.
Why bother keeping any kind of key at all when you have a key that locks everything?
Yeah, that's a really smart idea for the DM to put that item into the ecosystem.
Yeah, it doesn't even make a sound when you use it like the normal knock spell.
And
Isn't
works
it?
like,
It's limited per uses though, isn't it? Like
You have
like
to
3 a
screw with
day,
balance
though.
on the
3
end
per
of the key
day.
before you.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a shitload.
Give me a D100 roll. Anyone that wants to.
80.
Oh, you're rolling, Mary?
I don't know. You said anybody that wants to, and I pushed the button.
Well, if it's you, then you roll with advantage because you're lucky.
Well, that's
Ew.
well, it's an 80 out of 52.
All right, so we'll go with the 80. Roll 2d4 with advantage.
2d4 with advantage. 8. Oh man.
So you find 8 gems worth 250 gold each.
Woo!
They are rubies.
Shame on diamonds.
And roll D100 with advantage, so 2d100 take the best.
Good. 20 or
20 or a what?
5.
Okay, regardless, the same. You find another potion of speed healing.
Oh,
God damn it.
gotta make that.
Yeah. And also a potion. While you're taking the potion of supreme healing out, your fingers hit what feels like another glass bottle.
It must be a potion of invisibility if you didn't see it.
Bingo.
That's hilarious.
So there is an invisible potion of invisibility.
Yeah.
I
Scott,
was just kidding.
I wrote it all down.
That's 100% what it was.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he wrote it down using invisible ink.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'll make those two and add them to the loop for next time.
What are you going to put in an invisibility potion?
Or 8. Okay, 8. So
2d6.
16. You
Yeah.
couldn't even do 16. 80 gold as well.
Man, this guy's poor.
Yep.
Was Drap's like go chest?
Yeah, it's just go bag. You know, if shit ever hit the fan. Healing potion,
Oh, how
invisibility
good that
potion,
was.
some gems.
Dude, you know he's
Yeah,
got
they're
all
worth
his
it.
real money in the bank.
And
Yeah.
he's got those gems. That was really his go bag.
Yeah. Gems are good no matter where you're at.
If anything, adventurers are wild for carrying the thousands of gold on them that they constantly do.
Yeah.
Every adventurer is just a libertarian. They don't believe in banks.
Burying their gold in the backyard.
We did
To be
bury
fair, without the FDIC, banks are a little bit less of a certain proposition.
Yeah. So now what?
Mary, poke your head through one of those mirrors.
Well, wait, so the mirror is our exit. We still have one room that we didn't explore. Let's go look at it real quick.
Also thinking about burning this place down before we leave.
Oh, we should
What do you
do
guys
that.
think?
We should probably
Yeah.
take
Part
the
of me
cure
thinks
out
that it
here.
might be immune to fire.
It might.
Probably.
We don't know unless we try.
Yeah.
I love
Might
this.
also not.
This has just become Runa's. Like every time you leave anywhere, let's just burn the house down, guys.
So
Well, this
does
is
it
an
still have,
evil
like, a demonic
house.
energy? Yeah. Does it still have like a negative energy about it?
Yeah, I said if you had Arcana, you can tell that the fiendish energy is coming from somewhere else in the house.
Yeah. I feel like we should figure that out or burn the house down. At least look at the other room that's around the corner
Okay.
before we leave.
All right. So there's no traps in the door. It's also a storage room. It looks like it's used to store arcane components. You can find basically any mundane, basically like a spell component pouch, like any mundane, like it has like Eye of New, Backguano, like various like different forms of, like it has lavender, clover. Like you can tell these are different things that are used to cast spells. There's also 6 vials of holy water.
Ooh.
And there is an ominous looking black potion.
Ooh.
How ominous.
Oh, it's got a bone on top.
And it's black. I bet it tastes like black licorice.
It tastes like Jack and Coke. That's what it tastes like. Because that's what it is.
We should probably try and identify that at some point. Is that where the fucking negative energy in the house is coming from? That potion? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, as you are proficient in Arcana, you do not sense that that is the case.
Well, like, we've been to all the rooms in this house, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, actually, you haven't. You didn't clear. There's a couple rooms in the first floor, but that you didn't look at. But you guys already encountered the thing that's doing this.
It's the statue in the basement that kept shocking us.
Nailed it. The giant statue of Asmodeus that would hurt you if you touched it.
And it's also holding like an expensive ruby or something. I think it was worth like 2 G's or something crazy.
Yeah.
But we couldn't get it out because it kept shocking us.
We should probably just burn the house down. I'll probably break it, right?
I just have a feeling that's not going to work.
Oh, I don't know. Houses are really heavy. They're made of wood. There's wood. I mean, this wood's got to burn, right? I tried to light wood on fire.
While we're standing in the house, and we haven't even tested the mirrors yet.
Nick, last time we tried
Mary.
this, we all died, but okay.
Come on, Mary.
I'm just saying. It looks
What
like
do you-
normal wood, right?
What do you use to light the wood?
I would probably go to. I'm not going to light the wood. I'd probably go to a fireplace and drag a log out.
Well, there was a fireplace right around the corner where Mr. Wincott was that had an active fire.
I'm going to say, I bet we can light this place on fire and walk out the room like toward that direction, and somebody's probably going to yell at me. Then I'll stop.
Is anyone going to yell at?
I'm going to light this house on fire.
Hey, idiot, stop.
All right.
Don't burn the place down while we're still in it.
You're probably right.
We need to use these. We need to use these mirrors to get the fuck out of here.
Let's test the mirrors.
I feel like we should we should take the mirrors out of here.
Where are we gonna take them?
I don't know, someplace that we know of that nobody else does.
Where near here do we know that?
The fucking woods, man. I don't know. Just like go into a valley in the woods.
Because that will. There's no chance that anyone would ever find them in the valley in the woods.
I mean, I feel like there's less of a chance finding them here.
Also, what does it matter if somebody finds them? I guess.
I don't know. I feel like it might be a useful item to have a hold of. You know, in the future, we should bury it.
God.
We should go claim our keep, and then we can take the mirrors there.
How are we going to use them if they're buried?
Well, we'll come back and get them.
Yeah, but we're going to use them now. So how are we going to use them if we bury them?
I don't know, man.
I pulled the sheet off the mirrors.
All right. So there are, as I described, it is a threefold mirror. The fold that is facing south, as you look through the mirror, instead of seeing your reflection in the room that you're in, you see what looks to be an office. And in the background, Remy, you recognize the holy symbol for Dalathun hanging on the wall. Like it's on like a piece of art, but it's hanging in the background. And the holy symbol for Dalathun, by the way, whereas Yondola is a cornucopia with fruit, Dalathun is a bag of gold that is like spilled and overflowing.
So I don't want to get overly philosophical here, which I know I can be at times, but why is it a mirror?
It's technically not a mirror. But wait,
It shows no reflection. It's not a mirror.
Yeah. So that's the right one. Mary, you would also you'd probably recognize like trappings of Dalathun, but you were raised in this like shelter environment where like you believe Dalathun to be dead and have sacrificed herself for you guys, and you believe you have Dalathun's blessing. So they didn't actually celebrate, like you didn't actually see a lot of like Dalathun priests and things like that. Whereas like Remy, you know that within the shadows, they still secretly worship Dalathun. Like it's a secret, but like no one outside the shadows is allowed to know that. And but that's what you see on the wall. In the middle, you see an actual mirror. So you're looking at yourself and your reflection, and you see the room behind you. On the left side, that is pointing eastward, you see what looks to be a just normal shop. And in this, it looks to be like almost like you see like leather, armor hanging up. You see some weapons. and then there's a door and windows, and those windows point to the street, and you recognize that street as Omaran.
Dude, Mary's really getting into this theater of the mind. It's like closing his eyes and really imagining it.
I was doing that earlier when I didn't show up for an hour.
So the one on the left looks like a supply area, like weapons and shit, you said?
Yeah, within
That was the
Omaran.
right.
Do we
The
think
left-
that one? Okay.
The left was the office with the Dalafoon symbol, and the right
I
is
feel like that office is
Omaran.
probably somewhere.
Yeah, I thought it
like-
was opposite of that.
Oh no, right. You're right. Right was office, left was shop. I even wrote it down, and I just totally jacked that up.
I feel like the office has got to be a Dolgalin somewhere, right?
It makes sense that it would be Day's End.
Yeah. I feel like we should take him there, sort this shit out, and then jump back through it and go to the Omaran if you still want to lose a fight, Phil. No,
I mean-
wait, that guy's not going to be there. Never mind, you'll win.
Mary,
Yeah,
you're not allowed to bet any money on me.
What do you mean, man? You want me to bet against you?
Dude, but what if something happens where we can't use the mirrors again? Maybe we should just go to Omaran.
That's my fear. If we step through to Day's End, we aren't guaranteed that there's a way back.
Although in Omaran,
But I
they
feel
very
like if
well
we
may
take-
just take him back.
If we take Dude Bro to Omaran, I feel like he's going to get away.
I mean, he has just as much or more power in fucking Day's End, though, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He's
but
the-
I feel like
He's the Baron of Day's End.
Yeah, that seems like not a good idea either.
Yeah, that's who's over.
Are the mirrors like anchored to the floor in any way, or can it be like lifted and moved?
They can be moved.
Okay.
Who's the ruler of the Baron of Day's End?
Yeah.
Tooch? So it was the Midvale Academy. That status is like remains to be seen, and then the Lord Paramount was Hawthorne, who you now know is
within the shadows, though. I mean, within the shadows.
Day's End's the headquarters.
So he's the president.
No, it's different. It's two different structures. Within the bureaucracy of Omaran, he rules that territory as a baron. Within the shadows, he's basically like a captain. Two different
All I
orgs.
want to do is talk to his superior. That's all I want to do.
In the Omaran bureaucracy or in the
No,
shadows?
the shadows. The Shem shadows. That's the only one that matters.
Yeah. So he would report, Scott, he would report to like a boss, basically.
Okay. Well, I am 100% when we get to Omaran, I'm going to write a whole bunch of correspondence like Terminus did.
Is that what you want to do?
I mean, I'm going to send them out to people who should know that, like his boss, other higher up people in Omaran.
What do you want to do with him in the meantime, though?
I mean, we got to take him with us.
And come in the sack?
I mean, we could present him to somebody in Omaran, but what he did has to be out there.
Hey man, I
If we
can
only
carry
show
this
him the
sack for a long time. Don't worry about it.
If we only tell like one person, the worry is that maybe they're on the same side.
My worry is that we need to dispose of him now in some fashion.
Dude, why do we got to
And holding
dispose
on
of?
to him for a week.
Not a week. We're going through this portal. We're going to be in Omaran.
And then what are you going to do with him?
We're going to rat him out to a bunch of people in Omaran, and
I'm with Remy on this one. Get the word out as
Like-
fast as possible.
But who in Omaran? And what are we going to do with him?
I don't know.
Dude,
Give him
just
to them.
send letters to all the Dalgalans.
Yeah. Well, that was if we go to the main Dalgalan in Omaran, I am sure they will be able to get word back to his bosses and shit. And I don't know. They can't like that he's fucking stealing shit from them. I mean,
It sounds.
But isn't he in charge of the Dolgalin in Omaran?
no, I don't think so.
Oh.
Is he?
No. So, okay, so I'll go a little bit more into this, how this works. To answer your question, Nick, this was kind of what you're getting at. There are 5 constituent regions in Omaran. That's the bureaucracy of Omaran. However, within the shadows, they mirror that, and each one of those regions is ruled by a separate crime boss, basically. So with Omaran would fall, because Omaran City is kind of not in a region, it's in the middle, it would fall under the Hephaestus crime boss, whereas Days End falls under the Hawthorne crime boss, or now the crime boss for Clear. So Omaran City would have and you know all this, Scott, would have a different boss than Days End. And that's the Days End boss is who he would have reported up through. And then Shem Blifwin is basically the godfather. They don't use that term, but the godfather that all these bosses ultimately report up through.
All right.
There's
So,
also
yeah,
there's also bosses outside of the Omaran structure, but they're generally looked down upon as not being like quote unquote real bosses.
And we have his books that prove he's stealing from the shadows, right?
Yes.
So I think the best option would be to take him and the books to the Omaran Dolgalan and present it to them and hand him over to them.
I think to Remy's point, we don't know that they aren't in it with him. So like we could take him there and we could hand him over, but like that doesn't mean that they're gonna just accept what we say as fact. So I think to Remy's point, sending out letters and correspondence to everybody with these claims and having the proof ourselves goes a little bit further into actually like maintaining the fact that he might actually see some justice somewhere along the line. Whereas we aren't trusting one person to like to take care of it. We don't have a king that we can hand him over to that we can like just trust to take care of it.
I mean, we could just kill him, but we're trying to clear Remy's name as well.
Correct.
Yeah, I think we're going to be fucked if we just kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah. So sending out all the correspondence to people before handing him over is a good insurance policy. But I also think it's unlikely that the higher ups are in it with him, since we have proof that he's stealing from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But I do like that idea as like an insurance policy.
I mean, the other thing we could do is see who he stole the most from and go to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, who did he steal the most from? That's a good question.
But I don't know that we have time to look through the books and determine that right now.
Yeah.
We are in the midst of a demon house, devil house.
That we need to burn down.
So we
Just
go
throwing
to
this out there,
Omaran,
guys. It's about 5 p.m. now.
send out a bunch of ravens.
I was just saying it's about 5 p.m. now, just for the record.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, should wrap up soon.
If we
I believe you
burn the
mean
house
we should
down,
do wrap up soon.
Okay. If we burn the house down, we shouldn't do that with the mirrors inside of it.
What?
So I vote we take the mirrors outside, burn the house down, go through the mirrors to Omaran.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Why don't we take him down to that bar?
Does one half of the mirror separate from the other half of the mirror?
They are technically held together with a hinge.
Like if you take the hinge off, can you put one of the mirrors through the other mirror?
Whoa. You may be able to, though. You don't know what
what
separating them would do to the magic. Like mechanically, that's how it would work, but from a magic perspective, you don't know how that would work, and you also don't know what putting them through each other, if there'd be any negative consequences.
There could be a mishap of some kind.
Yeah, you could.
This is why we need a wizard with the Arcana Scholar ability. We gotta go find Kara's sister again.
Could blow open a hole to the negative zone. You never know. We should destroy that statue downstairs, though.
That's what burning
and then
the house
burn the house down.
No, we should burn the house down, and that'll destroy the statue.
We put one mirror in the other mirror.
Maybe.
It causes an explosion, which
How would you destroy that
All
statue?
right, yeah, I don't know how we get rid of the statue.
Nick, to be clear, you as a professional blacksmith believe that burning down a wooden house surrounding a stone statue is going to destroy it.
I believe the weight from a 3-story house made of stone and wood collapsing onto a wooden statue would probably. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. My only concern is that the statue is sort of like the
Magical.
the center of the like magic of the house, and that it,
Yeah, if that's
without
true, we should be
destroying
able
it
to do
first,
it
that it would protect the house from being burned.
Yeah.
Considering its fiendish nature and fiends generally being immune to fire.
Well, let's go downstairs and see if some
Dude,
celestial
let's throw
pack
that-
Eldritch blasts have any effect on it.
Let's throw that holy water
I could
on it.
try a shatter, or I could try to punch it with my thunder gauntlets. I don't know. We could try some
Why
stuff.
don't we start with distant options?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You can go downstairs and find the statue. You now know the password to the basement, but it was open anyway because of your magical keys. The statue's where you left it. It's a statue of Asmodeus holding a large ruby, pulsating with infernal energy. Callum, you're going to try to blast it with some radiant eldritch blast. Roll me an attack roll. And Runa, give me what's a shatter? Do objects make it save against shatter?
Hold on. First, I got to use the spell refueling ring to give myself a second level spell slot back because I'm out.
Okay.
Are you seriously going to make me roll to hit a statue?
I sure am.
All right.
Just for the beginning.
So I'll be right back, but for the record, I am around the corner when this is occurring. So,
Just for the sake of embarrassing me?
Yeah, I'm reading How to Train a Hippogriff in the hallway.
Shatter.
Well, I hit.
All right. What'd you hit? What'd you roll to hit?
21 total?
Okay, cool. Runa, what do I do for shattered? I gotta make a save.
I'm checking the new PHB to see if it's changed at all.
Okay.
For 6 force damage. See if Jonathan's paying attention.
Okay, it says constructs have disadvantage on the save, and a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spell's area. So I don't know if this is going to do anything.
I'm
going to try and shatter.
Yeah, roll the damage on the shatter.
14 thunder.
All right. So between the Eldritch Blast and the Shatter, you guys take a huge chunk out of this thing. So literally, like you both just, in my mind, you both just kind of fire at it at once. Both methods seem to be effective. The base of the statue blows off. The arm with the ruby is laying on the ground. But where the statue was, there's still a little bit of infernal energy. It looks like you got to finish it off.
Well, first of all, I should have fired 2 Eldritch Blasts. So let's see if the second one hit too. Yep. Sorry, that was a mistake, which is good because it was a 1 that would have been embarrassing. So 6 and 8 for the 2 Eldritch Blasts, but I am ready to fire another if it takes it.
Yep. Okay, you don't have to keep rolling. So now that you know it's effective, you can blast away at the remaining base of the statue. Uh-oh. Scott left and it made things crazy. You can destroy the statue.
so I'll go back.
The infernal energy dissipates. And it looks like the lights get a bit brighter. The wood looks a bit better. Like everything in the house seems to just be go up a couple degrees in terms of being pleasant. And you can pocket that 2,000 gold ruby too.
Sweet.
And all the infernal machinations and like dungeon layer actions that were going on dissipate. Huzzah.
Right.
Callum and Runa, get a point of inspiration.
So inspired right now, you guys.
Yeah, so let's go grab the mirrors next. Take them with us. Set some fires on our way out.
But
But where are we going to put the mirrors that we're going to port from?
That bar down there is friendly,
We're gonna put
right? We can rent a room in that bar for the forever with the mirror, and just leave the mirror there, right?
Why would then people are gonna see the mirror and go through it? Put it in the woods where nobody's gonna encounter it.
Nick, if we rent the room, it's our room.
I don't know. There's too many people around there.
So we'll just leave it out in the woods.
Yeah, it'll be more fun that way.
The bar was also a Dolgolan called the Parry and Thrust. Just for what it's worth.
Okay.
Right, but in very short order, Scott is going to be in good with those guys again, I think.
Either really good or really bad.
I'm gonna say if we walk in there with Durap in a sack and the mirrors from his house, they might be a little suspicious.
Yeah, let's just go in the woods out into an area that we think is pretty secluded, that people wouldn't wander for any reason, and just you do it there.
Or we set the fires, we just go through the mirrors, and then let the house burn the mirrors down, maybe.
Fuck them.
Like, why do we need it again?
It'd be
That's true. It would be cool to have, but also we don't really need it.
We also don't really have like a home base to like take them to.
Yeah.
How are we getting out of Omaran? Also,
Hey guys, this basement's pretty secure. You need a password to get in.
That's fair. We
Might
could
not
just
even be-
like, I don't
that
know,
might not
take
even
this
be
as our own.
We just blew the shit out of that statue. So a lot of magical properties of the house are probably faded now.
Yeah.
What if we just burn down the top floors and hopefully the basement is saved?
that's actually not bad.
Dude, literally, like Nick, 5 minutes ago you were saying the weight of the house would destroy the statue, and now you're like, okay,
Right.
no, that'll work. Let's just keep the basement intact.
No, yeah, you're right. But I don't know. Keeping the house out, I do want to burn it down.
We probably don't need to burn it down if we destroyed the statue. That was
Also-
the main thing.
Also, like,
was that it was an evil house.
if we burn the house down before we present evidence, like, this is the known place for Durap.
Oh,
That's a good point.
Like, won't that look bad? Like, isn't that like a pretty direct, more direct? I guess we did already beat the shit out of him and have him chained up in a sack.
The
Yes, but
shadows might
obvious.
want stuff that's in the house to like reclaim for themselves too. So they might be pissed if we burn it all down.
Let's put the burn the house down then on the back burner.
Yeah.
There's
We can always-
there's also a lot of evidence that we didn't like take with us, like the fact that there's like those halflings he was killing and
Yeah.
all that other stuff that like if we burn the house down, we're destroying.
yeah.
And quite frankly, several of our characters might not be comfortable with burning those bodies.
Yeah. Let's just go through the mirrors. Forget all this other stuff. I think that's the right move.
Listen, if the mirrors are still here when we get back, whenever we get back, then they're still here when we get back.
And you know, worst comes to worst, you walk through the mirror and you just throw a torch back through.
Yeah, let's just go through the mirrors. Bring Durap
Yeah,
with us,
to Omaran.
and the proof. Yeah, to Omaran.
Is that the plan?
Yep.
All right. Walking into the leftward most mirror that is pointing east, you feel a sense of coolness wash over you as you pass through the membrane, like cool water, like entering a creek or a pool for the first time. But when you get to the other side, you're now standing in what looks to be a shop in the middle of Omaran City.
Is there a mirror behind us?
There is. It's the same setup, except instead of the actual mirror being the middle one, the actual mirror is the one to the left, and you see where in the center there what looks to be like the house you just came through.
So it's a set of 4 three-piece mirrors.
Yeah.
Presumably. Where each piece of each mirror leads to a different other mirror. So there would be 4 of them.
Interesting. I try to discern where we are. I guess you said just a shop in Days End.
Yeah, so you're in that I mentioned earlier, the Dolgalin, then there's the Bronze Stag. Um,
Oh, okay.
so it's a this is a shop that is offered within the hotel itself. You have to be a member of the Shadows in good standing to shop here. On the outside, it masquerades as something else. Um, the manager here, so the guy who runs this hotel, like you used to, his name is Quinlan Bronzeflow. Um, but you would have just known him from your past dealings. Nothing, no crazy relationship, but you guys were acquainted and in good standing. Yeah, if you just leave the shop, you're in Omaran.
Okay. I find whatever I can to start drafting up myself some correspondence. This is what we do now. I'm gonna have Terminus help me out.
Yeah. Do you leave the shop?
I mean, unless they have writing stuff right there.
So you can easily buy you can find a place to buy writing utensils in the city. That's not a problem.
Okay.
So upon leaving the shop, you guys notice like Omaran City at this point has a lot of hustle and bustle. People are running back and forth. I'll just set the scene and then we can end here. So walking around the city itself, a lot of the old statues have been pulled down. Some that were made some are completely missing. If they were made of metal, some that were made of stone, you can see the remnants on the ground just shattered. Particularly, there's a large staircase that leads up to Castle Omaran, that had statues for the Epic Group and the Knights of Griffinwood and all that. Those have all been Coburn Sephora. Those have all been torn down and shattered.
Wow.
Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
In there, it looks like at the base, or at the top of the staircase, they are building some sort of large brazier, and then all around the city, there's various you just see various smokes and fires. It isn't at least once you're gonna just walking around, you're gonna see somebody just get thrown out of their home, as the city guard inspects, whatever. And there's also different sites of people just being hung, from various entry points to the city, being marked as traitors or people that are against Omaran. Lots of people are coming into the city, lots of nobility, to pledge their fealty to the new Grand Commissar Hephaestus. And the sort of hustle and bustle around town is that that they will at some point people are you hear we're going to invade Gideon, yeah, that's we're going to take over everything. Omaran's going to be on top again. That's a good place to stop. Any questions about just the city or anything like that?
How far out from the tournament are we?
What time of day is it?
Well, it was nighttime unless you waited to go through the mirror. I'm going to say it's 8, 9 o'clock at night. I honestly don't remember what we said with the tournament or want to do them. I think it was a fortnight, and then you had spent 3 days and went to Days End, then you took the teleport potion, and then you teleported here. So I'm going to say the tournament is probably about a week away. And that was when also Kalir and his group was going to come into the city. They're about a week away as well.
So we have a week to deal with the rap here.
Yeah, and you can get all trained up and get some rest.
Yeah. Can't believe we're level 8, guys.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop these guys from destroying our heritage by pulling down these statues. Organize a protest.
They'll probably just kill you, though.
So
Looks like they just kill everybody that is opposing them right now.
Dude, I can't believe
We'll
they
have
pulled
our
down
own little Charlottesville moment.
Dude, I'll
Someone's
totally
gonna
do
get
it.
run
You
over.
want to light it on fire? Light it on.
I can't believe they pulled down a statue of my hero, Francis.
I know.
Yeah, look,
Pulling
this-
out a statue of Coburn Sephora is very uncool. That was a cool guy. You should not pull down his statue.
Oh, look, the Shem statue's still up. That's pretty cool.
All right. Well, good place to call it. Thanks,
Okay.
everyone, for
Yeah.
tuning in. We'll be back next time where we explore Omaran City and potentially enter a tournament or two.
Huzzah! Thanks for watching that video. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the like button or ring the bell to subscribe to future notifications. You can also check us out on Twitch, where we stream our campaign every other Sunday at around 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We're trying to get to the affiliate level on Twitch, so any viewership or commentary that you can provide to us is super appreciated. And make sure to check the description box below for our social media information. See you at the pub.